Yeah, you got knocked down to 1 hit point during the combat.
That's all I need.
You're like hanging on by a sliver, and then you heal yourself up with your little
Oh yeah, my
handsy touchy thing.
Handsy touchy thing. I don't even know what it's called. It's called
Yeah, 13th we hit level 5 proficiency.
healing.
I keep trying to add the new PDF to my phone, but it does not like mobile.
Oh, I haven't read the new one.
I missed a good fight.
There's some good changes I've seen, like they had it, like Machinists basically just got a flat improvement by getting inventions, so they're much closer.
So like our
Much closer, yeah, closer to Artificer.
Do you want to open the chat window or no?
Yeah, I can open the chat window. Let all the
Need all the hooligans.
I need to know that one.
Have you looked at the inventions yet?
No.
Why are you typing with your mouse, Drew?
Conceptually, I think it's great because A, it makes sense, and B, it gives you something a little more because the class was a little shallow with some of it. A lot like too many passive things.
What are you talking about right now?
Machinist. In the new version of the book, the guy added Machinist getting inventions, similar to how an Artificer gets infusions.
I like it.
Yeah. Just haven't looked into what they actually do.
Yeah. It's on my
There's like, I like the little robot that does the alarm,
Aww.
the sounding sentry.
Oh, yeah.
But like, why is that the only one in the entire
Cleaning
list?
his ears.
That's what you missed?
That's what I missed. Why I'm here.
And you get it at level 2. It's like, great for level 2, but where's the other nifty inventions?
I hate them.
Peak dirt.
Like, I want, and I'm kind of surprised it's not one of the abilities. At higher levels, the Machinist basically gets a C4 type of device that they throw on an enemy, and then like for the next 4 or 5 seconds, it stores all the damage that you do to it. So basically, it would be the start of your burst rotation. So you throw that thing on, and then just do every single cooldown ability you've got to do the max amount of damage, because it basically like does a set amount of damage plus everything you added plus some additional. So it's like you want to burst everything you can, so when that bomb goes off, it's a huge compilation of damage.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's neat.
Is that Sid I see?
Yay. Oh, I thought Sid was dead.
Sid is retired.
Who is that Sid I see?
I mean, you gotta work till you
Sitting
got
there,
it. Else you
quietly.
make profit.
Sitting there.
Sitting there. God damn it.
Oh my god.
So there's sighing,
Did you see my
sighing in frustration. That's sitting there.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, they match.
Trauma. That's what it looks like, Drew.
That and that.
Yeah. Well,
That's Kraken dice.
oh, that's a crafting?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like an elephant. I'm gonna assume it is. Match. Is it balanced?
Mike, are you working and just listening, or what's up?
Accurate.
Drew says, "What's Cliffhanger's retirement package look like?"
I said trauma.
Trauma. I like it.
I think there's probably some good pension.
Yeah, but we don't get
Oh,
that.
gross.
You gotta
5
die
a.m.
early.
shift. No, thank you.
A good employee gets buried early.
No life insurance?
I see that from NT's perspective. It's a good employee dies in the field. A bad employee gets retired.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. It's all about maximizing profit for the organization.
Just here to listen to for a bit before I go to bed. 5 a.m. shift tomorrow. Ah, yikes.
I certainly do not miss that.
Well, I'll wait until you log off before I drop a meteor on Sid and Chirpin.
There's an ether gas leak in the radiator at
That's rude.
at the
Ether
FX.
gas leak.
Mhm.
One of the new zones in Dawn Trail is basically like a western. It's like stepping into a western, and even like down to like searching for gold/oil, except it's ceruleum.
Nice.
Sounds clever.
Yeah, it's great. I'm not gonna spoil anything about it other than it was like a complete tone shift from the this is the first half, second half thing I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
Complete
Was it the
tone shift.
first or the second? Nice. Nice. No, it's okay. That means you just got to get there.
Yes, Drew. The second half of Dawn Trail is basically stepping into a western. I would say it's
Which western?
like a Hollywood western.
Are there
a spaghetti
tumbleweeds?
western? Huh?
Are they tumbleweeds?
There
Like a
literally
spaghetti
is a duel with tumbleweed that goes by.
Nice.
Yes.
So spaghetti western.
I guess it is a spaghetti western. I guess.
I don't even know what's the origin of spaghetti
Oh,
western.
It's Italian.
Yeah.
Italian.
In the
western.
70s, a lot of money for making movies came out of Italy and southern Spain, so they made them all in Italy and southern Spain. So they're spaghetti
Yep.
westerns.
In all the languages.
Yes. I mean, some of the actors are speaking Spanish, some are speaking
Yep.
Italian, and they dub them in.
Double in.
Oh, nice. And this is a bullet bourbon.
That's also they also have a lot of Italian composers.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
westerns.
yeah.
Like
You know, Enzo, whatever.
Enzo Marricone or something like that.
I don't know his name, but I know that guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He also did the Hateful Eight music, I think, if Quentin Tarantino.
I liked that movie.
It's okay. It's alright.
I mean, it wasn't as good as Django, but I enjoyed it.
I do like that Kurt Russell destroyed a priceless violin in it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
I think
hear
it was a
that?
guitar.
No.
Was it guitar?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was actually they used like
Oh, real.
a $400,000 antique guitar. Nobody told him that, and he improvised breaking the guitar into pieces, like smashing it.
Yeah. I don't blame him at all for that. I think it's dumb as shit to put any actual valuable
And not
anything
tell
on a
them?
fucking movie set
Yeah, just
and
like
not tell it.
even not telling them, like you're gonna drop it eventually.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the controversy is that they
It was
knew
insured.
about it or something,
It was insured.
but they let
Yeah,
it do it.
but like,
yeah.
like who's to say a TA doesn't spill coffee on it or something?
Exactly,
All right, we ready to get started here? I think we are.
Oh, nice. I've heard of that one. Ecstasy of Gold.
Yep. Good, the
Yep.
bad, the ugly.
You have a fistful of dollars.
No.
Got a
Well,
Well,
fistful,
for a few dollars more.
Yeah. Beat me to it.
got a fistful of gil.
Yeah.
I'll gladly give you a fistful of dollars today for a few dollars more on Tuesday. There you go.
There you go.
I can't believe, I don't know why you brought that up while we were at Origins, but I used to watch Popeye religiously at my grandparents' house, and my grandfather used to say that to me all the time.
Sure. Whenever there's any sort of transaction, you gotta pay them
Yeah,
Tuesday.
right.
That's just the
I've
way-
never heard you say that before.
I said it multiple.
Maybe you
Maybe
have.
I've said it
never
multiple
asked Brian
times.
what-
Maybe you have. Maybe I'm misremembering, but it just took me by surprise.
Well, I know it's classic every time I say it, so it's like the first time.
Are you all right there?
And there was, I thought it was someone's foot, but it's a cache of
Oh, yes.
hard drive. I don't know.
It's an external battery. Here, I'll move it.
No, you can move it.
Great.
I
Who's
just
in the
knocked your
movie?
shit down.
I just thought it was a solid
Indeed.
foot.
How did I do that?
Well, I have it here on the.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. Surprising.
Yeah. Fuck you. All right, we're gonna get started, which means I believe we left off. All of you had retired to the Baldesian Annex, where you were going to stay during your time in Charlian.
Do you ever retire? I thought it was just so.
Oh, true. The rest of it just went to sleep.
Yeah, you didn't bring a new character.
Oh,
Don't worry, I got extra.
fuck. My new character, Los. He's a bard. He used to be in the Guardian Army.
Loose. This is I'm Landfill's brother.
See, because what,
Feels like he knows
you're in
it
the
all.
what's the Legion? 12, 11?
He was
Yeah.
the
Eighth.
Eight.
Yeah, well, this guy-
Ah,
this guy's in the
yeah.
Darn.
dark.
Okay. So it was gonna be 2 digits. You can reverse the 2 digits. Like, oh, I was in the 12.
Oh,
Los
yeah.
is in the 21st.
No, he's the 11th.
It's still the 8th.
Just turn it upside down.
It's still the 8th.
Oh no, you're in the secret Infinity Legion.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Special Garlean Special Forces. Cool. All right, there we go.
Charlie.
Wow.
Oh, that works out really well. That's cool.
I like it.
Where did you find that sticker? Online.
Like one of the dice makers I followed sent stickers.
No.
Perfect.
Maker.
And then
Oh
very
man, but when that
shop.
new book comes out, my knowledge is gonna be outdated.
Legitimately, are we going to take bets on how many dice Mike and Alex come back with?
I'm gonna come out with none.
Over
Despite
under.
y'all.
Really?
He's
You're gonna
bringing
come
an entire
back with none,
suitcase
but you
just
will
for
have
dice.
secretly had a bunch set to ship.
Yes. yes.
So you will have
Wait,
a
did
bunch
you-
of dice at home.
Did you
Yeah.
get the new suitcase where you don't need to bring a spare?
I haven't gotten the mail yet,
Oh.
so I haven't been able to try it out.
I told Mike he might double his dice collection. He said, well, given how many dice I actually have, I hope not. I'm like, oh,
wow.
okay. I think Mike might have more dice than you do.
I think so.
It's tough for Mike.
He was addicted to collecting them before he started playing with us, I think.
Hmm.
What?
Addicted
How many
versus
I have?
happily.
Is that literally all your dice?
I don't know where the rest are in storage or
I
something.
mean,
Oh,
I
I have all I need.
Yeah, you guys one right
No,
here.
I understand you, but I'm like, look down there.
No,
That's
I
just
know.
some of my dice.
I don't need more.
In case of emergency.
In case I need this D4. In case
Hey,
someone
Eric.
follows me. One call.
It's an atom.
It's an Adam.
Wow, it's you.
He's up and Adam. We can't see Jimmy.
Nope.
Is that on purpose?
Maybe.
Sure.
Session, yeah.
Depends. Depends if I'm committing crimes or not.
You'll thank me later then.
The name of this episode will be "The Gang Defrauds the Forum."
Yeah.
So we're really
Are most atoms Democrats?
I don't know where this is going.
Buckle up.
Are most atoms Democrats?
Oh, because you can't split them. I don't know.
Okay,
No,
let's
it's
go.
in your name. You're a Dem.
Oh,
You went too deep.
too
You missed
deep.
it.
I went too deep.
Is it still too late to retire the character in life?
Yes.
He wants to retire the player.
I just want to leave. I'm tired of you guys.
I gotta go back to the forum and learn that it's been renamed to the Crypto Center.
Crypto Center? Oh, my
Oh no, that was Staples Center.
It's still counting. Bravo.
If Rowena would be in charge of that.
Oh, yeah.
Your joke, the gang defrauds the forum, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is this It's Always Sunny in
Yep.
Charlie?
Exactly. Yep.
It's Always Sunny in Charlie. I love it. Wait, is there a P? Yeah, I'm thinking of, is there a town or a city that starts with P? I'm trying to think.
I'm sure there is.
Is there an F?
There might be. Fuck. Why can't I think of it?
I feel like there's a castrum with a P in its name.
There's Castrum Meridian in the Praetorium. It's Always Sunny in the Praetorium.
That's
What did she say? Pittsburgh?
Drew
Drew says Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is not a place in Final Fantasy.
Not yet.
It's not very natural.
What if it was? No. I will say, given that this current expansion takes place in the Americas, like they're allegories of South, Central, and North America, like the Western area. Going through this game without hearing a single American accent, and suddenly you're like right in the thick of American accents, is pretty jarring.
they actually do American accents in those
Uh-huh.
areas? Finally.
Well, how
Yeah.
forward did it go?
Everybody's
Well, there might be.
Yes. Jess, correct. Am I right or am I right? Like, is it jarring to
What
hear
spell?
American accents like in Shaloni and all that? Holy hell, it is. That makes sense.
Garland is basically Detroit.
Oh no.
I
Can't
mean,
have
That's,
shit.
that's so accurate and so
Pizza.
bad.
I mean, how much does it snow in Detroit?
a lot.
Okay. So, well, yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. Holy crap.
Detroit become Garland.
Destroyer of worlds.
Detroit become Garlean. Okay, so on this episode of It's Always Sunny in Charlian, you wake up in the Baldessian Annex. The events of the previous night still fresh. Some of you got a little bit drunk, so that's not as fresh. Hangovers are dealt with how you desire. But to remind you, Sid called it quits. Sid decided that given that he no longer has the ability to tap in the live stream the way that he used to, he's no longer useful to the group and would probably be more of a hindrance than a help. And besides that, he's happy living the easy life on the steppe with Sherbin, and that's where he and she will retire to. But they'll always be in your hearts and
And out of our
soul sending. What was that for?
Out of curiosity, how many members of the forum are just politicians? Like, as opposed to being a sage and a politician,
I hadn't really thought about it. It's not super addressed in the game, but I mean, it's hinted at that all of the members of the forum have some field experience.
Okay, so there's a spell called Divine Word that Yes, you utter a divine word imbued with a power that shaped the world at the dawn of creation, and there's certain hit point thresholds. If it's 20 hit points or left, they're killed instantly. And so I'm thinking,
power word kill for 20 HP.
but en masse, because it's any number of creatures within a 30-foot radius. So it'd be like, you go to the Senate, and it, like American Congress, you just one word, and then all of Congress dies.
Yeah, but they're all like level 10 politicians, so that's.
But see,
So that's a D4 hit dice. So you roll that for.
no, but see that's the thing.
My
They don't.
mind instantly went there.
They'd be
go make
nobles
that
at
meme?
best. They don't have more than
I don't know.
like politician isn't a class.
Alex just posted.
It's a Detroit meme, so I figured it was very applicable.
See, you should change it to these. Woke up and someone stole my Magitech. Can't have shit in Garlemald. But anyways, I was just looking over 7th level spells, and I'm like, that would be terrible and hilarious.
I am legitimately curious to see your reaction once you finally get to Garlemald and see
Ooh, yes.
I am really looking forward to that.
You got a ways to go, but when you get there,
Yeah. Probably not what you expect.
It's like Detroit.
Just
Yeah.
like Detroit.
Well, yeah, that ain't no
Detroit.
choice.
but
Just a lot of earth construction and then everybody leaving the city.
Well, that's not exactly wrong. Alright.
Carolians have moles like Kid.
Everyone has mullets? Oh god. I'm trying to think of any character. There's at least one character with an epic mullet.
Yeah.
He's in Boja, but he's in the second zone of Boja. No, actually he's in the zone that you're in too. But you're not there yet.
okay.
I was gonna say, is it Jimmy? No, okay.
What's that?
I was gonna ask if it was Jimmy.
Let's see, I don't have mullet because the back of my head is shaved. Otherwise, it would be a mullet.
I did change my hairstyle and now it's up samurai style, so I've got like, it's not a bun, but it's like my hair sticking up over the back of my head. It looks pretty cool. Oh.
Yeah, I was like, no.
No, I just got a haircut.
I haven't been on that one.
Anyway, now you've been gone for a while. It's been like at least a month and a half since you last played, right?
It's been at least.
How'd the move go?
That's why I don't know where any of my dice are.
It's only for a couple months.
Circle
Yeah.
of Death on the forum.
What happened?
So I cast Circle of Death on the forum.
Why?
Fuck politicians.
I mean, they've got to have some sort of protection there.
Oh,
Someone
for
re-
sure. Well, no,
Someone ready to cast
to fill you in the
counterspell.
forum, a lot of, if not most of the members of the forum are or were powerful spellcasters.
Yes. Let's kill them first.
Like that's where the origin of the sage magic came from. Like the like Sid's floating little
The new ones.
Nuolith laser turrets.
It had floating laser turrets?
For a while, yeah.
And that's a healer, believe it or not.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, you had some good food at the last stands. Had some good drink. Wandered about the city a bit. Looked around. Ignored Millie while she stayed at the Senate.
Yeah, I waited in line for our turn at the Senate, and no one told me it was going to be the next day until it was the next day.
There was
Yeah,
no time. But yeah, that is where we'll pick up now. It is morning time, probably around 9 a.m. or so. There is a bit of a chill in the air, given the fact it is coming up towards summer, but you're pretty far north. So it's sunny out, it's comfortable, but there is some wind chill. Kind of normal. All that said, what would you like to do? The forum doesn't begin their session for another hour.
And then we're fourth in line when that does happen, or finally start.
Oh, okay.
Well, since it's a new day, I'll use sending to talk to Sid.
He's
in
still
the
here with
city
us.
with you.
Hey,
You
you
can
didn't
still
ask
do
where
it.
he
You
was.
still can do it.
Okay. So you're sending to Sid
Phil's pretty hungover after
This
the
is your,
That's
this
why
is
he's
your
cool.
5 a.m. wake up call.
after the what?
What was that drink? The Mind Eraser?
Mind Eraser, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, the head clearer.
Head
Yo.
clear.
Mind Eraser's a real drink, I think, right?
What was it? I don't know. I don't remember.
So yeah, Senda said like everybody alive, I think, have headache. Things are good. Miss you. And then send it.
Perfect.
And he can respond to that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Soul, I'm 3 rooms down from you. You didn't need to waste a spell slot. I'm going to sleep.
Soul just sort of lays there and thinks, man, how much did I have to drink?
You can't remember. You had your head cleared.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I'll go out to try and find some food.
Okay. So there's a lot of places selling very nutritious food. But what you remember is the nutritious food is the really gross food. Sorry, I got a text message that distracted me.
Soul.
How did you know?
Zany. 3 doors down.
No. But you also remember the last stand, and you could smell delicious food cooking at the last stand.
I'm going to Lost now.
Okay, it's by the harbor. There are ships coming in and out of the harbor already. It's early. You see people fishing. There's the constant sound of the waterfall from the statue of Thaliak, with water just pouring out of the ewer that they have there, somehow refilling itself and just pouring out. Long story. Anyway, there was a really popular Twitch streamer called Soda Poppin', and he watched the trailer for Endwalker, and they saw the fountain, right? He's like, see, this is why I can't get into games like this. They have this really unrealistic thing, like this fountain. How does it just keep refilling itself? And people are like, oh my fucking god! Like that was a rant that he went on. He's like, you do realize those exist in real life, right? You seen that?
Oh, was he doing that? He wasn't a bit?
It wasn't a bit.
Oh, then that's even funnier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd seen that?
No, I'd never heard of it, but I thought he was doing a bit, and I was like, that's pretty
not
funny.
a bit. He was looking for everything he could criticize about the trailer, and then he ended up playing and enjoying it. Anyway,
Nice.
but yeah, sorry, that whole thing just made me laugh. I'm like, those actually exist in real life. It's not magic.
It's like he's never seen a fountain before.
I know, right?
So bizarre.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, the constant stream of water coming out of the fountain is it's not an unpleasant sound, but it does become background noise for you as you wander up to the last stand. And Dickon doesn't seem to be there yet, but there are plenty of people at the counter and serving, and there's menus behind. Anything that you want?
Try to flag somebody down and do you have anything for breakfast?
Are you looking for hair of the dog, or are you looking for
Well-
sustenance?
Well, I need some food, but also a little hair of the dog. I'm quite rough this morning.
Okay. I got just the thing for you. How about steak and egg breakfast, and I'll fix you a drink.
Sounds amazing.
All right. I'll bring it to
Blends
your
the
table.
steak and eggs. There you go.
Yeah.
And what was that?
Blends the steak and eggs. There you go.
He gives you a little bit of a little placard. It's like a number sign for your order.
But you can't read, Charlene, and you have no idea what your order number is, so you must stand awkwardly near the counter.
I mean, it's common language.
It's always number 4.
Okay. What's everyone else doing? Always number 4.
Yeah. Well, what I would do, I'd get up to have breakfast. So the Baldesian Annex has no food itself. It's just like
No
a hostel or something.
No continental breakfast.
There's no continental breakfast. It's acting as a hostel right now. That's not its actual stated purpose. It's just at the moment they're trying to bring in some extra funds, so renting out their rooms, plus they had the space. So
Okay. So then I guess I would have wandered over where Soul went.
the last name.
Yeah, and then what I would do is like I'd get a breakfast for myself, and I would eat it, and then I would get a breakfast for Kevin and take it back to him because he's been doing his hardcore training
Oh, yeah.
since last
High
night.
intensity training.
Yeah.
Um,
So I want to make sure that he's got food and water.
Are you not sitting with Soul then? You're just getting.
Well, I mean, I'd probably eat with Soul for a while, but then I'd get up and take Kevin some food.
Do you want steak and eggs too?
No, something light.
Steak and
Eggs and
like,
steak.
Normal.
Chicken
Yeah,
frittata,
sure, no,
side
that's fine.
salad.
Did you want a drink too, or
Just like water or something.
water,
Yeah,
Pepsi?
Is
Pepsi okay? Is
no.
Monopoly
Okay.
money okay? Yeah, sure. So you sit down with Soul. Anybody else want to do anything this morning?
Millie's waiting in line?
No. Okay, so basically
Yeah.
yesterday we went to the forum, put our name on the list, and we're waiting to see if they would see us. Because our goal right now, we went to the library to try to find information on the Asians, the masked people who've been dicking around with things.
Oh, the dream.
The stuff from their dreams.
Soul's dream buddy.
Yes, and AO, yeah, Soul and AO's dream people too. So that was part one. We're trying to find information on that. The library didn't have anything useful. We were also trying to find information on a Mariah that Deus was asking about, which we did find a little bit of information. Mariah was basically a former excommunicated, or a former forum member who was excommunicated for illegal cloning studies.
The
because
forum is basically Congress. It's a
Magic
Congress.
Congress.
Yeah, there's about 100 of them.
Yeah,
There
they
literally
rule-
is. It's a Senate.
Yeah,
so
they rule
it's-
Charlotte. The
Charlotte
nation of
is a state
scholars.
category.
But cloning is illegal in Charlian and in a lot of other countries as well, including Simulacrum, like what Millie made because she's got a clone running around in the Garlean camp for. Yeah. Anyways, so Mariah was banished and excommunicated from Charlian for that. We were trying to find some more information on her. We did find a little bit, but it was also kind of alluded to that there's more in the restricted section which we don't have access to. So you have to make a formal request to access anything in there, Harry Potter style. But we also don't know where the forbidden section is. So that's our second bit of information we're trying to, we want stuff on the Asians, and we want stuff on
I was waiting for a joke.
on Mariah because I don't know if you read it, but basically there was a little side journal that was for Omega. I don't think this is public character knowledge, but
Player
public
knowledge.
player knowledge is that Omega is a clone of someone seemingly created by this Mariah person. We don't know if Mariah is a Hrothgar herself, but it looks like she made Omega and then something went wrong and Omega popped out early or whatever and is not actually a proper clone in the D&D sense with all the same memories and everything. So Deus, on Omega's behalf, was doing some digging to try to find that creator or more information on them. So that's kind of like our twofold thing for what we want to talk to the forum about.
I think it's just Sid and Deus.
So I mean, we're asking Congress
And
for a
Millie,
library
because she reads
card.
Deus's journals.
Yeah.
But yeah. And well, a little bit more now because, or at least the group is aware we're asking information because it was discussed amongst the group in the library. But yeah, so that's why we want to talk to the forum. Be like, hey,
we need to get a note so we can go past the little bead
Correct.
veil to the back.
yeah, wherever that is, get some information on the Asians, get some information on Mariah. So so Millie put her name on the list. She waited at the forum. Ultimately, was not seen that day. But it's like, okay, you'll be number 4 tomorrow. And then everyone else was getting lunch, and then dinner. She went back, joined everybody for dinner. Sid said some goodbyes to Kevin and Deus individually, and then the group as a whole. And then basically everybody went to bed after that, and some people getting very smashed.
Yeah.
So that's the recap of last session. I'm
Alright.
cool with it.
So then Ince is gonna go to the last stand, get 2 poached eggs and a bowl of oatmeal, and then he's gonna go to the Senate and start networking with the other people who want to talk to Congress.
Oh no, what are
They
they?
give our DM French fries so that we level up.
Yeah.
What are they? What are the people who bother senators called?
Oh,
Lobbyists.
Lobbyists. There we go.
You get your pack.
Yeah. Super PAC.
yeah.
Cliffhanger Super PAC.
Oh shit. Pack of holding.
God damn it. Yeah. But so as far as what Millie's doing, she is just getting ready in all her fancy outfit and stuff because she's got to go.
So the forum's not open for another hour. You can just sit with Soul until it happens.
Is anyone else waiting at the forum?
No.
No, the forum opens in an hour, and then we are fourth in line after however long the first 3 take.
Presumably the other lobbyists are there.
They won't be in session though for an hour. So
So then maybe you can talk to them.
if you want,
They might,
to.
yeah, they're
I'm
live.
asking you, are you taking your food or? Are you
I'll tell you, I take the poached eggs to go.
Okay. Well, while you're waiting for the poached eggs, this would be while you're still sitting with Soul as well as you see Inti come up. A ship pulls into the harbor. It is adorned with cactuar all over it.
What, live or depictions of?
Depictions of cactuar.
The little dude.
Those cactus guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, the fun
cactus.
ones.
Second.
The ones that kind of look.
Oh, because you fight a bunch of them in the lower levels.
Yeah, dude, they're so neat.
Oh shit, you do in the cool die area.
Yeah, they're super.
Have we seen
Yeah,
any
very
other place that has a whole bunch of cactus decorations, the cactus aesthetic?
You have. What?
I know where it is. I think.
I think they're native to Ul'dah.
So is this what painted on the ship?
Painted, the masthead, it's on the sails. Yeah, it's
Well, they're definitely good at branding.
yeah. They look like happy cat cars.
It's better than angry.
Disembarking from that ship, if you're paying attention, you can see in the distance. What? Oh, you're not paying attention to it.
Soul just has his head down. He's trying to eat.
There's a group of people that disembarked from the ship.
Good
Who's
job,
writing this
Soul.
week?
You just missed a plot device.
I was doing last week, so I'll just add it to.
Sure,
week.
last week was pretty short. Huh? What did you say?
So I'm too hungover for plot devices.
That's fair. All right, Billy, what are you doing?
Getting fancy clothes on, getting all dressed up to talk to Congress.
Gonna get breakfast or no?
She would have ordered room service.
What room service?
Yeah, this is not covered by policy. You're paying out of pocket for that.
Then she would have.
Basically a hostel, so it's
Okay.
like
Then she would have sent Care down with a little sign around his neck and a little bag of gold to go acquire breakfast.
Oh.
okay.
Care eats.
He brings you back like
Care Hub.
care of. Brings you back a plate of 18 strips of bacon.
Ain't complaining.
The bag of gold is gone. They bring you a drink. All right, this one will wake you up and help with that hangover. I call it a bloody Menfina.
Excellent. Is there any sort of celery or something to eat with that?
Yes, that's what's in there.
I've never had a bloody muffin. I don't know.
How do
It's
you
a
know
bloody
he's selling?
I know.
Huh?
How do you know he's
Still
selling?
takes a big bite out of it.
Oh.
It's like,
Tasty. Why? What?
What a good dog.
it's like
He loves being picked up. He hates being picked up. He loves to lick. He doesn't lick.
Complete each other.
Yes. Anyway. Cool.
Yes.
What happened? You guys having text messages behind my back?
Yep.
No, it's in front of you.
Well,
Yeah. Only up and up. You see that gutty looking ship? Ugh.
So tacky.
Tacky.
Oh, what is that on the side?
I don't know. It looks like a cactus.
Oh god, not those
Smiling
things. Hope that doesn't mean anything for us.
I don't know. I guess if we
certainly not.
if we ever see somebody disembark, then we'll know. But we don't see nobody.
Well, if I don't look, then I guess we'll never get the plot device.
Never happened.
yeah. Okay, no plot armor for
Do
you.
we see? All right, turn and look, and can I tell who's walking down?
You do recognize one of them. He's an imposing figure. You've seen him before. He looks. Roll a wisdom check for memory.
Don't forget to apply Jack of all trades to that.
I know what you're
Jack of all
saying,
trades,
most of the
bard.
time
It basically
those
any
DMs
skill you're not proficient in, you add half your proficiency bonus.
Oh yeah, I think the sheet does it for me.
But this doesn't. This is when it comes to a basic wisdom check. It's not going to be one of these. It's just
Oh.
20 plus your wisdom modifier
Correct.
plus
Oh,
Jack of all
okay.
trades
Okay.
because you can't be proficient in a wisdom check.
Gotcha.
So Jack of all trades
Oh,
applies.
that makes sense. I was like looking for wisdom on my skill list.
Yeah, no. If he had
Wait
said
a
like
second.
go for history or something,
Okay. So if my
we round down. So it's
round down,
5,
so
2.5 down to 2. Yeah, because it's always round down except for artificers and half casters with spell points.
Oh, hi, buddy.
that is a 19.
Not bad.
Ooh. You got 19.
19?
It's Obama.
Yes, it's Barack Obama.
Thanks.
Bronco Bob, of course.
Bronco Obama? No, this is Godbert Vanderbilt.
God damn.
Wait, that's the guy that you don't like, right?
This is the guy that no one likes.
Oh, that's the guy that nobody likes.
He owns the Gold Saucer. He's a billionaire playboy philanthropist.
I'm sorry. Which one did you say it was?
Godbert.
Okay.
However, his retinue is he has a monocled young man following him that looks very much like him, wearing a suit and pants that are too small.
Millie met him.
Oh, the Monopoly Man.
They're like capri pants.
Actually, several
Capri
of us met him
slacks,
in
yeah.
Kugane.
What was that?
We met him in Kugane.
Correct. He has a Mikote woman with him, and she's dressed in much the same way. And then there is a shorter but still imposing looking higher female with handlebars or pigtails, whatever they're called. And she's following along.
Handlebar pigtails.
Yes. You never heard that before?
They're very thick.
Yeah. But yes, that entire retinue is following. Yeah, Sid just posted a picture of Julian.
Do you have that power word kill spell prepared?
I don't think I've seen her in the quests that I've done. Unless
You need to do more Hildy quests than that.
I know I'm several expansions behind on those.
Now that I think about it, she kind of looks like Mariah Carey. What just happened? You can drop him. It's
No,
okay.
he's my buddy.
Someone's
He's
gonna
having
say,
the time
oh,
of his
it's Godbert. Stuff, so I didn't like
He's not headed towards you. He looks like he's headed into the city.
because Inti's at the table with us, right?
No, I'm at the.
You went to the
You
forum.
left to go to the
Oh, you
forum.
missed
Something funny happened on the way to the forum.
Was it Godbert showing up?
That's the title of them.
A funny thing happened on the way to the forum. Yes, I'm well aware.
I did not.
Yes. It's actually based on a Greek play about going to the
Yeah.
Agora.
Hmm.
Yeah. Chomp, chomp,
Chomp,
chomp.
chomp, chomp. It's good. It's good exercise.
He's like, wait a second, that's too much.
It's good exercise. Good exercise for your jaw. Good, buddy.
He's having the time of his life
I'm
right
having fun too.
Okay, so who else is here? Let's see.
Kevin's working out.
Kevin's working out. Tavi, what would you like to do this morning?
I'll eat breakfast too.
You good to go, Cassette? Cassette is her power's flickering, so she's just on her phone. Okay, Tavi, are you good to go to the last stand? Are you gonna eat some Archon loaf? What?
Last stand sounds fine.
All right. You just want the same stuff that they're getting,
Sure.
some egg breakfast kind of stuff. All right. You sit down with Soul or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Soul, Tavi's sitting next to you.
Bowser head.
Definitely been better, but this drink's helping.
It usually does. Whatever that stuff was that you were drinking yesterday was looked interesting. Should have stuck with the nice whiskey.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be drinking that stuff again.
Still have half a bottle.
Be pouring that for somebody else.
We'll find a use for it sometime, I'm sure.
Molotov cocktail. Well, if you're
Put it in Kevin's cereal.
Put it in Kevin's cereal? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a drunk Kevin?
I feel like it might go full circle and get better.
Really smart all of a sudden.
All right.
I'm so considerate.
You just no. You're the best. You're the best.
Start pronouncing
I
everyone's
love
name
lizard
right.
people.
Yeah. I'm only afraid of lizard people because I'm attracted to them.
There you go.
Good boy. Gesundheit. So, you guys are chilling at the table.
This is a hungover breakfast for
I
sure.
know, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This feels very much like a hungover breakfast. Okay, so at the forum, while you're on your way there, there seems to be fanboys and fangirls, or at least people that are interested in the boat that arrived in the harbor, and they seem to be going the opposite direction from you, headed towards the harbor.
There we go.
What happened?
Now the foot chomping.
Oh. You're gonna miss it. You're not here next Tuesday, right? Or you are here?
No, next Tuesday
Oh.
should be fine.
That's your last day, though.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you came today?
I mean, that's why I pushed for today. Maybe I can push for next week too.
You should.
Push her every week.
I think that's how that works. God, why is he so cute?
Wait, did you say a bunch of fanboys are leaving,
Yeah.
heading in the opposite
Well,
direction?
what does a fanboy look like?
They look like very interested people wearing Charlene robes, which are basically just long white robes. Kind of like a lab person would wear, but like the students have mortarboards on, and
Perhaps it's exams at school.
Are they talking about what they're going to see?
no, it's most like excitedly
They're just
rushing down.
giggling.
Yeah,
It's a mob of gigglers.
yeah,
Okay.
more or less. But you head your way up to the Senate, and once you're there are some people that are standing outside waiting for the doors to open.
Hi, instant adventurer, entrepreneur, licensed trap reseller, and my business card.
And
I just started networking. What do I roll to network?
Deception.
charisma?
Oh, jeez.
Base charisma, not persuasion.
Persuasion's fine. Yeah.
Oh, then that's 16.
Did you say 10? You have a -1 in charisma?
No. Wait, what? But you have a -1 charisma, but you're proficient in
I'm
persuasion.
because I got the devil card or whatever. I'm double proficient in persuasion.
Expertise. Yeah.
That's so
Crazy.
good.
Yeah, I mean, some people are just, oh, hello, and they're like giving you their cards. You're there talking to somebody who says that they want to open up Labyrinthos to the outside world. Exactly. They're treating you like you belong there. Kind of thing. Somebody else is talking about wanting to apply for permits to build new residents further into the island. Somebody is asking about the Isle of Hom and wanting to utilize its abundant ether. Yes.
Resource extraction, property development. Yes. All great business opportunities.
Yeah.
But how are you planning on protecting your assets then when you build these houses?
Charlotte is one of the safest places in the world.
Yes, it's safe, but you don't know what could happen. You want to have security. Have you considered arrow traps? Pit traps?
Arrow traps?
Yes,
As
they're
a
very effective.
little bit barbaric.
Well, I mean, we have all sorts of other kinds of traps. I like to start off with the low things, but if you want to move up, we have some more fine
I
magical things.
don't think we're going to see eye to eye on this. I don't think the traps are necessary.
Well, I mean, if you're planning on licensing out and leasing these properties, perhaps your tenants would care for them.
Mm. It's something to think about.
Something to keep my cards.
Yes, of course. All right, the rest of you?
After about like 20 minutes or so, Millie'd come out looking all fancy. She'd be wearing the red dress that she wore to Sid's ball,
Okay.
looking all super fancy.
It's been a while since you wore that.
But seeing Inti's conspicuous absence from the breakfast table with everyone else.
Oh, no.
Does anyone know where Inti went to?
Well, he grabbed some
Into
food
went
and he went off with that away.
Into went to Dan.
He had a couple poached eggs in his hands.
If you need me, I'll be at the forum.
Oh, okay.
Running in heels. Can't let Inti in the forum unattended.
Oh.
That is worse than leaving a Kevin in the forum unattended.
Oh, no.
Did you
What
see
about
the-
Kevin and
Did
Nancy?
you see
Oh,
the ships or
gee.
no?
Because the dock is like right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Millie would have recognized. I'm assuming the people are gone by the time she's there.
Yeah.
But the fan people are.
It's the throng of people are.
Well, but I mean, if Godbert and crew are not chilling out taking autographs, they'd be gone by the
They
time.
are, but like if they were there, it'd be hard for you to tell just by how many people are surrounding.
Okay, but I'd recognize the ship at least, or the motifs of the ship.
Yes.
Yeah, noted.
Really like a gold saucer, if I remember.
It was fun. But yeah, so she's just gonna beeline it to the forum to catch up with Inti.
Okay. And you do find Indy, and he's talking to a salesman that's there. And the salesman is trying to sell you a minion to follow you around. He's like, Like, this is a prototype, and I can't wait to show the forum. I call this my wind-up fortuno.
It's a prototype? It was a sample? How does this work? Well, what's the business model?
Fortuno is one of the members of the forum, one of the prominent members of the forum. So I designed him as a little toy that will follow you around.
What's the utility of this little toy?
It's fun.
So it's a toy. So your target market is kids? Well, what are the Charlean laws about advertising for children?
Advertising?
Or marketing towards children, selling to children. I mean,
If their parents want something, they can buy it for them.
Oh, interesting. So your plan is to go to all the schools and show it to the kids and get them to start begging their parents?
Well, it wasn't, but I'm starting to think about that now.
You should talk. Keep my car.
And that's when you walk up.
Good morning, Inti. So you beat me here.
Yes. Oh, I had another idea. You know what kids also love? Sugar. So if you could somehow combine this guy with some sort of candy dispenser, I'm sure you'd get a lot more traction.
Maybe if I had a dispenser for Archon, that would be more nutritious.
Yeah, but well, you want to drive demand, and since your market is kids, you got to do what they want.
But I'm not marketing towards kids.
The adults are buying these toys? Oh, you're selling adult toys. Oh, I'm sorry. Cliff Sliders is a family business. I don't think we can run.
Excuse me?
Hi, Bailey.
I'm doing well. I assume you're
You
here to...
look very nice.
Well, thank you.
Tall.
I figured we'd put our best foot forward here when we're talking to the forum. I mean, I'm wearing heels, but
I know
I'm
that's-
still not even 5 feet tall.
No, but he's a Lalafell.
Yo. But I did see something up on the way here that you might want to be aware of. A certain Chadson murderer is in town.
An anti-capitalist is here. Is that what all those people are doing?
If I had to wager a guess, I think that'd be what they're here for.
When does the forum open?
30
Watch. Should open in about half an hour or so. Our appointment's 4 appointments deep, but who's to say how long it takes to get to that, so I'm going to stay here the whole time just to make sure we're not late.
You're good.
Step of the wind.
You're good at disguising. Could you help me get one of those robes like those fools there that seem to idolize? Oh, I guess they're idolizing Godbird.
Well, I mean, there's a market further away down. I bet you could just buy one.
Wow.
I'm gonna go buy a robe and some sunglasses and a hat. Try and blend in with the throng to see how close I can
a
get.
baseball cap or like the mortarboard?
Like
That the students are wearing.
something that is conspicuous and funny.
Wait, inconspicuous or conspicuous?
Well, I want it to be inconspicuous.
Okay.
But from a third person watching this, it should look funny and conspicuous.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
it's too big. Yes.
You get a way too long robe,
Yeah.
way too big mortarboard, and a pair of sunglasses that fits perfect.
Yes.
Sure.
Excellent.
I'll mark off 5 silver for that.
Follow the throng and see.
Sure.
I don't want to get too close. I just want to be able to put eyes on it.
Sure. He seems to be just kind of taking questions and addressing the crowd, and the gentleman with the monocle is standing to his side. The other side is the woman in pink.
This is the prequel to The Woman in Black.
He's just talking about what's he talking about?
It seems like they're asking what he plans to build in Charlie.
What does he plan to build in Charlie?
He says that he wanted to build, what's the word I'm looking for here? It starts, not annex. Why am I
Laser tag stadium.
Yeah, laser tag.
Oh.
Alright, maybe I was wrong about him.
I like this guy.
No, he wants to, he's talking about his plans to build an auxiliary
Oh.
to Gold Saucer, which will have a full Blitzball stadium or Charlian. And he also wants to make a sizable donation to the Studium to build an additional wing of Numenon, which is the library.
Oh, so he's looking for what, government subsidies?
Somebody's not getting public funds from that small.
That's why he's here. That's why he's here. That should be our public fund money.
So what you're saying is he's going to do a giant tax write-off by donating to the studio, so then he can take a nice juicy government contract and pay no taxes on it.
That's why he's here.
That's what I'm
sound
hearing.
like you live in the United States.
That should be. We should be the ones getting that money. You gotta out-corrupt him. What is it? Stare at him angrily, but inconspicuously.
Okay.
It's a good thing he's very tall, so you could glower at him and he wouldn't
Oh
even
yeah.
see you.
Glowering at his knees.
Is it bright out? Doesn't seem bright.
Staring at my knees.
Do you have an eye condition, young one?
He's talking to
You're
you.
the only one wearing sunglasses.
No. I'm into Dantu. You have killed my company. Prepare to be bankrupt.
I don't recall
Then
killing any
disappear.
companies.
And run away.
The curious little man.
So anyway, this blitzball stadium is gonna
I got the information I wanted.
Okay. I like the Inigo Montoya bit. Nice. Someone should be Inigo Montoya next character. Looking for a 7-footed man.
It's a really deformed centaur, man. He has a hard
That's a
time.
centaur spider. He's missing a leg.
There you go.
Wow. No. Are they making a sequel to that or something?
Oh, there's already like 3 of those
No,
movies.
Are
it's
there?
Red Box.
No thanks. Bird Box?
Amon would make a human centipede.
Amon? Probably already has.
Yep.
3 of them in the back.
The super twisted Allegan lead scientist.
Yeah, you're talking with the guy from House of the Dragon.
I mean, yes, also, but
They're basically the same.
Okay.
I need to watch this season. I haven't started it yet. I heard it was good.
It's good, but it makes me sad.
Yes.
Just like life.
Anywho, so what's the plan? What's the rest of you doing? I know you want to take food to Kevin.
Yeah, so after I make sure that he's got food and everything, then I wander over to the forum to see what Millie's up to.
Cool. The food that you brought to him is hash brown potatoes.
Yeah,
nice.
a little bit of home.
Yeah. But yeah, heading up to the forum, you find Millie. It's getting ready for the doors to open to the public. Any minute now, kind of thing. You go back to the forum. Okay, Millie's there, and he's still wearing the sunglasses and the robe and all that.
Awesome.
It's also the first time you've seen her with her hair braided, because it's fancier.
Oh, well, you look very pretty, Millie.
Meh. That's the sound that Nikotes make for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of purring, that's what
Right.
It's a happy man.
scratch their ears.
It's like Garfield's.
Yeah.
I take it, did you guys, Tavi and Soul, also go to the forum, or are you fucking off somewhere?
Soul, well, at first Soul wouldn't want to go to the forum, but then you remember as well, Sid's not with the group anymore. I better go to the forum to make sure nothing happens. So.
Oh, is that the role Soul's gonna take on? Is he gonna be the group daddy?
Without Sid there.
You have our sympathies.
So he's moving slow.
Yeah, Tavi will go, but his intent is just kind of be quiet unless, he doesn't want to be in the politics. He wants to stay out of the limelight. So he'll go, but try to be quiet.
Okay. All of you are now at the forum. Right as the doors are opening is when you would arrive there.
So, one of the other billionaires is being mean to me.
Other billionaires? Got some accounts you're not telling us about?
Which billionaire?
One of the billionaires is being mean to me.
Now, what did the billionaire do to you?
He wants to open up a stadium in the town and use government funds, but that should be our government money that we're getting.
He didn't apologize.
I didn't apologize for destroying my war profiteering company.
Wow. He's a very bad man.
Okay.
Is he on my list?
I got no idea.
So when you get inside, the forum is being seated. the senators, I guess we'll call them for lack of a better word. I can't remember what they called them actually in the forum. I think they just called them forum members. But we'll call them senators.
Forum members. One word.
Sure.
One end.
Remembers. Look it up.
It's Greek, so Charlene is basically modeled after Greece.
Yeah, okay. I realized maybe typing in FFXIV forum is not going to give me the results I want.
Oh no.
Charlene forum. But yes.
There we go. It's their parliament.
Yeah, the first thing that they're discussing at the moment is expanding the curriculum at the studio for various grade levels. They want to incorporate in more information, more studies in rods at Han for one. You have no idea how long it's going to take them to discuss this, so is there anything that y'all want to talk about or do?
Cast haste on the forum.
Alright, well, actually, while we're all here, we have at least 2 points that I was going to bring up. Firstly, information on the Asians. Secondly, information on Mariah, based on what you were looking up. I don't know if there's anything else we want to ask him while we're here. If there's other information we really need. I feel like those are our 2 biggest issues. Also, I wasn't sure if there's any... if we should have any trepidation about bringing up the Asians to the forum or not. Because they're kind of secret-like, but at the same time, I don't know if we can request... I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but I imagine maybe we could, like, can you turn off the sound amplification? For us, because we're sitting in the balconies like in Congress, and there's a little magic spell that goes on that says, so we can hear them perfectly, but all of our conversations muffled so as to not interrupt them.
Maybe. Cool.
Yeah. Maybe there's a way, if they could turn that off if we want a private session.
Well, do you think we need to tell them exactly what we're looking for?
I mean, it's kind of the situation where if we keep it vague, they might not know what we're asking about. And if we get specific, then other people will know what we're asking about. But if we, if we keep it vague and they know what we're talking about, then they clearly know what we're talking about. But the same, like if we talk about dudes in robes wearing masks, and they've got any information on the subject, then they know something, but then anyone hearing us talking about it would also know we're inquiring about that.
Certainly this forum must have some method for
For a
having
closed
a private,
session.
a
Right.
closed session or private conference.
I think it's worth asking about that, just in case. Especially if we start talking about a banished and excommunicated member of their assemblage.
Given Tavi's, the fact that he was raised to be able to govern and whatever, does he have any knowledge of what the forum would be like or anything?
You've never been to Charlian. I can't think of any reason why you would have been to Charlian. And they have a different government than Garlemald does. Garlemald
Right, but would he know just, like the fact, like how people in politics probably know what the politics are like in like North Korea? They probably don't go to North Korea, but
you have an idea.
Tavi, you're in politics. Would you happen to know if they allow for private congresses or closed sessions?
so would I know that?
Theoretically, it's possible they can clear the forum for sensitive topics. There are some things that they discuss. So, I mean, theoretically, it's possible. You'd have to make your case for it in public, though.
I mean, I haven't actually been here before, but from my understanding, they can clear it, but that's not really their preferred, method of governing. So we'd have to make the request, and we'd have to make it publicly, in which case they can decide whether they want us to be able to speak to them privately.
All right, well, I would say then if we start with Mariah, because I feel like that's a little less troublesome of a topic for us to discuss, but we could be like, hey, we have information regarding the Outcast member, former member Mariah, and some inquiries related to that. However, we would like to request a closed forum to discuss these matters. And then if they say yes to that, then the forum's already closed, and then we bring up the second topic of the Assassins.
Sounds reasonable. Hopefully, Mariah will carry us into that private conversation.
Oh yeah,
That's my thought.
that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Do we want to maybe hold back the Ascian stuff unless we really need to use it? I'm just not sure how they're going to react to that part.
Well, I mean, it's not so much that we need to use it, it's that if anyone knows anything about the Ascians other than the Ascians themselves, it would be the forum, or at the very least the library's restricted section. So it's not so much that we're using that as like a card in our hand, that's one of our two main requests. Arguably our most main request. Because if they're messing with your dreams, my dreams, and
Yeah, these streams.
the what? The Zamel and
What's your
Ishgard,
dream?
they
Have
powered
a
him
dream.
up. So they're already manipulating world events. They're manipulating you and I. So I think that's our top of our list item. So we use Mariah to just get our foot in the door, because that's something they might be like, oh, we know that name. That's a bad name. Let's hear him out. And then when we have the privacy, you know, because who's to say the Ascians don't have spies in the forum or just on us, anyways?
I mean,
Start looking
that's
around when you say
what
that.
I'm worried about. You know, Ascians messing with their dreams. They were obviously in contact with Samael. Seems like they were in contact with Titania. I kind of worry that they're in contact with people in the forum and have corrupted them as well. So if we give away that we're onto them, then I'm not sure what the people in the forum will do. But
I get your
Yeah,
hesitation.
Have you guys talked about the shared dream?
We've talked about it, and Millie has mentioned it to the rest of the group that we had a shared dream. The group has not discussed Ao and Soul having a shared dream.
But Ao and Soul talked about it.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And Soul lied and said that was the first time that they'd had a dream like that.
What a liar. A
Yeah.
Weasley the liar, dude.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's a loot.
Nice.
Did you see that picture that I sent of the new bard bow?
Yes. I like
Dude,
that.
it's
a good
fucking
looking
awesome.
So cool.
A lot going on.
Yeah. So all the group knows is that there was a shared dream between the two of them.
Was it wet?
No, it was actually very dry. It was on the moon. No moisture up there.
That's false, though. There's water ice on the moon.
Not that moon.
Oh, that if it's ice, it's
There's
not
a
wet.
water ice up there. What flavor?
Yes, it is.
If it's ice,
Blue raspberry.
I'm going.
Like Wallace and Gromit, they go to the moon because the moon is made of cheese, and he takes a bite. It's like the cheese isn't very good.
In fact, it tastes like dirt.
No, it was real cheese in the
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit cartoon.
And the whole point is they're like, it's not very good cheese.
No, like they make a rocket ship to get to the moon because the moon is made of cheese. He puts it on his cracker. Exactly, the cheese. And he's like, well, that's not very good.
They just leave.
And then they just leave after
Alright,
that.
that was it.
Because like Gromit's having adventures in the background with like aliens or something, and then Wallace is just like cheese.
Wow. Claymation.
Loved it. Other than those two subjects, though, is there anything we want to bring up? Have them file a levy against Manderville?
I mean, out of character, wasn't part of it coming to find out about the tower in the past and all that stuff, the moon?
What is that
Yeah,
part
I
of?
thought that was
Isn't that
one
part
of
of going to the secret library?
So wait, we were trying to find out about the Crystal Tower?
I don't know if I'm misremembering. It's been a minute, but
Because the Crystal Tower right now is currently in the hands of the Garleans. I want to say the 14th, but
That sounds right.
yeah, like because Xenos told us about it. I just couldn't remember if it was Xenos having already sent part of his legion there to
Not his
control.
legion.
Okay.
Isn't it Valens?
Yeah, Valens leading.
Fucker.
'Cause they're
So not the
assigned
14th
to-
then.
No, the 14th is Valens. The 14th is the bad one. The
Okay,
12th
is
is
the 12th
the
is-
good one.
Okay, sorry, I had
Oh,
the Legion
good.
right, the commander wrong.
Yeah.
So Xenos in the 12th was at the camp still, and he confirmed that Valens in the 14th was in control of the tower.
Yeah.
I love it when you guys go over the plot point because it's like I don't want to tell them something that they're not supposed to know
Let,
yet.
let us get wrong.
Yeah.
But what does the forum know anything? Do we want to ask them, or can we just get that information?
Basically,
from
we're
the
going
library?
into this we're going to the forum under the assumption that anything that someone is unlikely to know, the forum is our best chance at finding
Did I
someone who
ruin it?
does know.
Oh,
They're basically in our part of the world, they are the best source of knowledge
They're
as
the-
far as we're
Oh,
aware.
it wasn't your fault.
They're the Dewey Dozens.
Right. Yeah. So if we want to get more information on the Crystal Tower,
Oh, really?
they might have something, but at the same time, well, knowing that Valens is in charge of the Crystal Tower right now is more than a little worrisome.
Is the forum just like an information booth, or are they also like a legislative body?
The
Yeah.
forum is they are the ruling body of this
So they
nation.
make the laws, they enforce the laws, and they know the stuff.
Yeah, it's basically whatever the ocracy is of smart people.
Oh.
Smartocracy.
Smartocracy, meritocracy. No, it's
Plutocracy, right?
I thought it was money.
isn't it the Scholastica?
I don't know.
But they're like an ocracy, like beer, like
yeah. They're ruled by the smarts.
Ruled by
I
the
think
smart.
plutocracy has to do with
I thought
intelligence,
that-
doesn't it?
It's the elites.
Yeah.
Did you find out what they're called, by the way?
I googled
Maybe-
it and hit for Fortuno is like a member of the
Yeah,
of
I
the
think they
forum.
just
So I
call
think it's
them
just
forum
forum members.
members,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Maybe
what
it's just a hypocrisy.
Ha.
There you go.
hip hopocracy.
I'm the hippopotamus. And the rhinoceros.
Right. I love that.
The hypocrisy, and Eminem is the
Hypocrisy
head.
That's what I thought. So, are we? I mean, if we want to ask information about the Crystal Tower, that one, I feel like that's also an easy foot in the door. That doesn't really. I mean, at least for our involvement, that's not a super secret thing that we really need to keep close to the chest. But what do we want to know? Because basically, we did get kind of an invitation from Xenos to go to the tower if we wanted to, because that's where he was headed after he was done near the crater, since we finished up with Omega. Non-furry Omega. Fomega.
Yes.
Hello. Oh, camera's on.
Oh baby.
It's dark in that room.
It's dark.
How do you spell Mariah?
M-A-R-I-A-H.
Yep.
Space.
Okay.
You want me to run with the lights on? That's crazy.
Oh wow, there's two of them.
Hi. That's my birthday buddy right there. Hallie and I have the same birthday.
Looks really good for her 30s.
Doesn't look a day over 13. No, there's no way she's
Oh,
13.
I know, like what, like 10?
How old is she's 10?
Yeah,
She's 10?
I
Okay.
guess right.
Yeah.
God, my youngest cousin graduated high school this year, and I'm like, stop it.
She looks so much like Amanda. Both of them do. I mean, I see Amanda and Eric in them, but
I
like,
see Eric right now.
very much Amanda.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah.
Like, I see more of Eric in Audrey than I do in Hallie.
Yes.
Bye.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, Drew just graduated last year.
Wait,
It's funny, she's the only one.
I want to cast fireball.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
In the forum.
Hi. In the forum? Oh, we've already established they have less than 20 hit points.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I did.
How's the game that you're running for her going, Eric?
We haven't done it in a minute. Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, I have to figure out what to do after I finish the little thing that's in the book, like the scenario.
Oh,
or
where to
whatever.
take it outside of the pre-constructed thing.
Well,
I
is it
haven't
Alice
done
and
any of that
Princesses?
great. Perils and princesses.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Melinda. Eric Sedadra wants to know if you'll be here tomorrow night.
What's tomorrow?
Wednesday.
Probably.
He's gonna come over to Magic. He wants to play with us.
Maybe.
I'll call him maybe.
I want to know.
Millie did it.
How
Where are you? What?
Are we on Bumble?
I'm so glad you're
You
here.
met somebody on Bumble?
No.
Oh.
Me on Bumble tried to hit on me because I said my nickname is Moonbeam. Couldn't figure it out why.
Moonbeam? That's your nickname?
Yeah. Look.
I don't
Let's
know
ignore
this.
that
This
part.
story is wild.
Anyway, he goes, "Is your nickname Moonbeam because your favorite spell to cast in D&D?" No.
Oh, that's
Hook up with that one.
That's a
But
good-
that's a
spell.
keeper. That is
That's
a
a good spell.
Moonbeam is
Concentration.
fantastic.
It's underrated.
Sunbeam, however.
Wait, give
or
us
Sunlight.
the app.
Sunlight.
We'll talk. We'll talk about Moonbeam.
Yeah, you want me to talk to him for you? I can totally hit on him for you.
Well, that's why we're talking about
Rude.
I feel like that's a very
Cast
good.
Moonbeam on 'em.
It's a very good keyword to know if this is your target audience
Yeah.
or not.
Oh, yeah.
That,
audience.
you know what? That's actually a pretty good pickup line if she was a nerd, like a D&D nerd.
No, it's like audience. It's the reason that there's so many spelling errors when a Nigerian prince sends you an email to rule out the people who aren't kind of dumb or only kind of dumb and keep only the real
So
dumb.
you're
dumb.
saying that they actually put spelling errors in there on
No,
purpose?
yes, intentional.
Oh yeah,
I never thought about that.
they want to hit the mystical.
Right, because
level.
there's going to be
Like,
some
it's
guy
like-
who's kind of dumb is going to
Yes,
start
I-
going back and forth and realize it in the middle.
Mm.
But the real dumb person is going to
Yes,
ignore all the
most
spelling
gullible
errors.
people.
Which is why you got to talk about moonbeams on your front page and Bumble.
Why is your nickname Moonbeam?
It's your
It's
favorite
really
D&D?
not that one time Nian's grandpa was trying to say bye, and he's like older,
Okay.
and he was just like walking up the stairs, and he was like, bye, Moonbeam, and kind of just like trailed off, and it's
Because you couldn't remember your name. That's cute. That's actually really
That's
cute.
hard. Moonbeam requires concentration.
And he lacked
That's
that.
why I trailed off.
That's why it didn't work. That's why the spell didn't
Spell
work.
fail, buddy. That's so
My will
good.
to live's failed.
That's so good. All right, sorry we derailed a bit. Back to the game. Sure. So, the first order of business that they're discussing is now concluded. It only took 15 minutes. So they're now on the next order of business, and that is growing polygonal grapes.
Sweet.
Low resolution grapes.
Cybertruck grapes.
They kind of look like Cybertruck grapes. You find a picture of them, so
And
you
they're
know what
about
we're
as
talking
edible.
Are the graphics not upgraded in this area?
It's funny you say that.
Slower.
When Endwalker came out, they had grapes growing in a garden somewhere, but you'll see the picture in a minute, and everybody was like just laying into it. Like, what the fuck is this? It's like everything else looks amazing except for this.
Interesting.
So they did change it, and they made it look more rounded, more like grapes. But then they brought them back in Dawn Trail elsewhere, just in the wild somewhere.
Nice.
It's hilarious that
Oh yeah, they were originally grapes from polyhedral, and then they were domesticated to be spherical.
Of course, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Put that in the scenery chat.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, so it became like yeah,
Oh god.
Pointiest grapes in all the land.
Oh yeah.
yeah. And then when they
Almost
changed
looks like
them,
it's like one of
the
them,
memes
like-
that came out were grape. They're like
Mhm.
R.I.P. low res grapes 2022 to 2022 or something like that.
Grapes of wrath.
Yeah, if you hit somebody with that, that would hurt.
Grapes of.
All right, so that one takes about 45 minutes to discuss. So now an hour's gone by that you guys have been sitting there.
Was there anything specifically we wanted to ask about the Crystal Tower? Toppy.
Oh, he's probably bedtiming. Was he there?
Sorry, what was that?
Was there anything we wanted to ask specifically about the Crystal Tower? If there's something you wanted to ask here that you wouldn't want to ask Valens or Xenos?
I mean, I can ask Xenos most things, I think. I don't know if he's changed that much. Valens, on the other hand,
Oh, this is
Well, I definitely don't trust Valens as far as I could throw him,
Fountain.
but I mean, my thought is if
that's
Xenos is going to be at the tower, we need information, we can contact Xenos. Or we could contact my simulacrum that's over there. Soul could send a message to
where they
all,
play football.
other Millie to ask them about
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, does.
whatever
I never
they've been up to over there. But if the forum had any information to give on that subject, it would definitely be information on the Crystal Tower prior to its rise back out of the depths, because that's a fairly recent development, at least according to Xenos. So I'm just not quite how sure that old information on the tower would be to us. But if you got something in mind, I'm happy.
yeah, our information based on that experience we had with Omega probably is more updated than anything they would have. But the question
I'm
is
fine
the
with
current
that.
status.
I think.
When did Dwight catch Fireball?
I like your dog.
Thanks. I like my dog too.
That's pretty good.
This is Fenrir. He likes being picked up.
Where was the
I
crystal
like
tower?
the name.
Thank you. Is that Audrey? I can't see your picture right now.
Wasn't it by like Silver Tier Lake or something?
There's two girls.
Yes.
In was it? Are you being with an M or something?
He's got glasses. He's been before. He's been here before.
No, that's a wizard.
What was that?
And that I'm just kind of like,
Wizard.
Silverchair Lake sounds right.
Silver Tier Lake. Yes, that is where the Crystal Tower would be.
Yeah.
That's in Mordor.
yeah, more
Yeah,
Donna. That's
is
it.
there all the time?
I said more drama. Who's a comic wizard?
Fair enough.
All right. Well,
Or
we can
Donna.
ask about that. Is there anything else? We're got one person ahead of us here.
Oh, we're moving up.
Oh,
Are you ready?
It's been an hour.
It's exciting.
Is it exciting?
Yeah, it's exciting to be like moving up to number 1.
Yeah, well, we're number 2 right now, so. But, all right, so the topics of conversation, I think
Choden's boss.
we can open with the Crystal Tower, just asking if they have any updates in general. Like we were, I don't see any reason hiding the fact that we fought Omega and everything. Just be like, hey, we fought this big robot. He said he was from this time period, and he said that the Crystal Tower popped back out of the ground. The Garlean military confirmed this, but we wanted to get an outside knowledgeable opinion on it if you have any information. Something like that. And then, yay or nay, whatever they say. Then we bring up Mariah, ask for a closed session, and then we talk about Mariah, and then save the Asians for last. So 3 topics of conversation.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe we'll talk about something at the end too.
After the
We'll
Asians.
have some business problems.
Something about a
For our
PDF.
next order of business, we have a guest to welcome. The doors open. We are pleased to host Godbert Mandeville.
Boo!
Hold on, I've got a
Really
collapsible
can't hear
rifle
you.
in my backpack.
What was that?
Hold on, I've got a collapsible rifle in my backpack.
Oh, jeez.
Power kill.
Gonna graze his ear.
Yeah, I was just about to make a comment about it. I'm like, are you a 20-year-old Trump?
And he's like, let me take the shot, but I'm not proficient at
I know.
this.
Well, I can attack 8 times in one round.
Neither was the guy on Saturday.
Yup.
You know
Did you hear that he got turned down from his school's rifle?
Yeah.
team?
I heard that, and I think it's hilarious if it's true.
He was wearing like a gun YouTube shirt. Thing.
Yeah,
So
the guy's
whole
like,
thing is just
yeah, he was wearing my YouTube shirt. I do not condone this. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that sucks having your brand associated
Yup.
with that.
Yeah. That's who they market to, honestly.
What?
So that's
It's-
who
I feel like we
they
should
market
listen to whatever's going on here. Let's get some more information on it.
So Godbert actually enters the door, and him and his entire retinue go. I always. Am I saying that word right? Retinue?
Mhm.
I don't. I feel like I always mispronounce it.
It's one of those words that you only read, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Called squad.
Like bivouac, all that.
Fuck spelling that word.
Bivouac. Yeah. But he walks in and like he's let onto the stairs down into the middle of the forum to make his case. And when he's there, he starts talking about greetings, esteemed members of the forum and scholarks, as he points to some of the people.
Skull arcs.
Scholark, yes. Those are the heads of the studium scholarks. They're like the deans,
Like the heads of each department, basically.
more or less.
And what's the layout of the actual, like, is he just on a little podium in the very center,
Yes.
kind of like Star Wars Senate style?
More or less, yeah.
Okay, so then basically all the actual 4 members are raised above.
In a spiral.
Right,
Yeah.
Looking at
The spiral is
Like,
kinda
how
there,
far
there.
away are they?
And not super far? Why?
Well, I mean, like, is he yelling? Does he have a microphone? Is it like, and is also,
do they have the sound system?
They
or-
do have the sound spell, so it's like as long as you speak down there, everyone could hear
okay,
you.
but then, like, people are relatively close.
More or less.
Like, I'm
I
kinda
would say
get-
they're like 6 palms away, at least.
Okay, so I'm just trying to kind of gauge a, like, how much are they looking down on you versus it's a little more respectful?
So the higher ranking members of the forum, even though everybody has an equal vote, those are closer to the floor. They're closer to them. But the ones that are on the raised platforms
Okay.
leading out,
Also,
that's further away.
Stadium seating.
It was like the British Parliament, right?
More or less.
Yeah, but okay, so like the most senior ones are at the bottom, and then descending or ascending in lesser impact.
Yeah. If you want, the trailer had an image of the forum. If you could find that, it's like a bird's eye view showing the forum. You okay there?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
He's stewing.
And was
his-
there like a head, like was there like a speaker of the house kind of situation, or is that
No,
that case by case basis?
It's more case by case. Like certain members of the forum will have certain areas of expertise that are assigned to them, so they're the ones that take the focus. And then
Committees.
they're committees, more or less.
Oh,
yeah.
here we go.
But
Well,
everybody has an even
so it works.
vote. It's like it's literally direct vote.
And most importantly, you couldn't hit everyone with a single fire.
No.
Oh,
you can't.
I like that you have to think, because that means.
Well, I mean, if you use like sorcerer points to make it a bigger radius.
No, that's sadly Pathfinder 3.5 that has the
You can't do that with sorcerer.
no
points?
extend
Oh, you
spell.
can't. You
Or
can't
there's
increase
like
the range, right?
there's one that increases the range of the spell, but it was not increase the AOE. There's
Oh.
nothing that modifies the AOE.
Oh,
spell.
yeah,
Shows you how many
Not in fifth
sorcerers
edition.
have played it.
Quick spell. You cast it twice.
That
Boom, boom.
but yeah, it's
Wow.
like that's the it's a good enough picture.
Yeah, that is a good
okay,
enough
okay,
picture.
Mhm.
I did not realize there was a lookout point there.
Me neither. Heck, I didn't even know you could go into that area outside of cutscenes. Makes sense though. Is that a fucking elf node in the background? No, it's okay. Just some random person.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what we're looking at. So we're seated above this, looking down at the moment, but eventually we will basically
Be in
be
the center.
on that center disc,
Ah.
right?
Yeah. Hopefully that makes more sense.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer does a really good job of showing.
Also, I don't
it,
think
but
it's probably 50, not 100 members, just based on the amount of shares I'm seeing.
it's 100.
Then where the fuck are the rest of them
You're
sitting?
missing some of them in there. But I'm positive, I'm 100% positive the forum is 100 people.
No, you're right. If that's one quadrant of it, yeah, it's just a weird angle. So there's 25 in that. Yeah, so 100. Cool. Anyways, Godbird's Godbirding.
Yeah, so he's talking about his plans. My plans are to expand Charlene's influence. This nation of learning also needs recreation. And you don't need to go far from your shores to do that, which is why I propose a Charlean Blitzball team and a stadium to house them. And he's just going over his plan for it. He's like, you could even call it the Charlean Scholars. Whatever you want to call it works for me.
That name sucks.
I cannot hear you.
I hear me.
Okay.
I know that I tried, and that's enough.
Yeah. Okay, Joe Biden. That's what he actually says. Like, come January, if you
I'll know
lose
I've
the
done my
election, he's like, well, I'll know I did my best, and that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's like, no, it's not.
Thanks, Vampire.
That's up there with his. If I'm elected again, I'll do such and such. It's like, homie, you're elected right now.
Do it now. Yeah. Anyway.
Blah, 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 blah. Blitzball, you can call it the Scholars.
Yeah, thanks. I also would like to expand the studium and the Numenon. I would like to make a sizable donation so that the Numenon can house more books and more study area. And then he's basically going on and on. You see the forum members are intently paying attention, although some are whispering to each other. What's Blitzball? I'm a nerd.
Blitzball.
I'm sure somebody did say that.
Yeah. Fortunate.
Man, I wish
I only
could
watch cricket.
I wish I could replicate Fortuno's voice. It's so iconic. It's good. But
Did
no,
he voice something else? Like
Elias from Diablo 4.
That's the one.
No. He's done other things too, but did you play Diablo 4?
No, but I probably would recognize the voice.
Fine. It doesn't matter.
Blitzball.
Yeah, so they're basically discussing that. That's Blitzball.
Yeah.
I breathe. It's liquid oxygen. It's incredibly painful to play.
Yeah. Anyway,
Jesus.
what was I saying?
the senator or the four members are raptly attending to his words.
Fortune knows like wood sports.
Yeah, except the one nerd.
Yes. So it seems that the forum is discussing it, and they do put it to a vote, and it seems to pass 76 to 24 that they are interested. So they tell Fortuna that they will be in touch to discuss. I'm sorry, they tell Godbert that they'll be in touch to discuss.
I don't even
You're
know
in charge of this. We don't know what he's talking about.
You take it.
Yeah. At which point Godbert bows and says thank you to everybody, and then walks out.
Did he go into any quantifiable numbers in terms of like the size of the donation or the amount of contract he'd need to build the stadium?
He did not. Sorry.
And they just have a motion to have a future motion, right? Basically.
That's more or less what
Oh,
it
okay.
is.
I was just wondering, like, how much money is he throwing around? Like, what does a wing of the stadium cost these days?
Pay more.
Sorry, doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's what they're discussing. And you guys are up. I'm getting distracted. I'm
I
sorry.
swing for.
Thank you, Jimmy.
My initiative is
We're number 1.
17.
Great job. You came in second place out of 2 teams.
What?
Yeah, it's all two.
That's right.
Oops. Hold on.
Pretty good.
Thanks for the hospitality you showed my father.
That's his voice.
During his sojourn.
I cannot replicate that. It's like anyway.
It's a very regal voice.
It's a public school English.
Yeah.
Public school English.
That's the fancy British. The name of the fancy British accent.
Posh.
Public school English.
Is it really called that?
Because that's you. Instead of sending your kids to the cheap little boarding schools, you send them to the public one, which used to be really good.
That's weird. I would have thought the public school's the
No,
cheap
that's,
one.
That's why it's
It's the opposite of the United States. I actually like. I'm glad I went to public school.
Oh yeah.
You fall asleep. Gonna punch you in the dick. Will that help?
No, well,
No. I won't do
thank
it
you
then.
for the offer.
Anytime.
I think we got sodas still left over.
But if any caffeine right now, I would not sleep. I literally can't have caffeine after noon.
Oh,
That's so
wow,
sad.
that's
to
a-
me.
You could stay up and play video games.
Catch 22.
Oh god.
Yeah, you're not
So
20
dead
anymore,
tomorrow.
right? Call out of work tomorrow.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, things and stuff. So anyway, it is now your turn, and the name is called, Cliffhangers?
Yo.
So, what, like, I'm assuming there's one of the little automatons that's calling for us
No, this is a living, breathing person. It's an elephant.
on our floor, though, or down
On
here?
your floor.
Oh, okay. Then,
They have like a slate with something written
okay.
on it.
Then yeah, Millie will walk forward. I'm assuming with Inti
They
in tow.
open up one of the doors, and as Godbert walks right by you,
Stab him in the shins.
Oh man, I don't have that monk thing where you kill him in one hit.
Oh yeah, I think that's level 14 for the
Yeah.
open palm monk.
young man, you look very familiar.
I don't know where you would have seen me. Perhaps in business school or something.
Tell me, did you work for Chetson Incorporated?
Yes, I was one of their top salesmen, one of the greatest corporations until it sadly went out of business.
Yes, I believe you tried to sell me traps for the gold saucer.
Yes, yes. It was, I mean,
Tilt,
I no longer
tilt,
represent.
tilt, arrow.
No longer represent Chadson, but now Cliffside is.
Well,
my
yes,
business
because
area.
Chadson's out of business.
Yes.
I did
Godbert-
that on purpose.
No,
I
no,
don't think
Godbert
we
had
need
his meeting
more,
and then walked up the stairs. Basically, like, it's the stairs down to the
arms
floor,
dealers
so we're
in the
walking
world today?
past.
Yes, yes, yes. It's much. There's much less of a business of people needing to protect wealth when you're the one taking it all in your casino.
Oh, you must misunderstand how my casino works.
I think I understand how a casino works. You take people's money and maybe you give it back, but you don't because you have a giant golden saucer as your casino.
Are you trying to be an asshole?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Trying.
Roll for
Roll
that.
for assholery.
I don't know what it is.
I'd say you could maybe do intimidation if you wanted to.
11.
Roll for sarcasm.
Oh no.
Oh,
Maybe
For
really?
sarcasm.
Yeah.
I must say, despite your current abrasiveness, I am quite impressed with your salesmanship. Have you considered perhaps heading up a business other than weapons and traps?
Well, our current business, we diversify. Now we do general adventuring and quest solving management. Are there any quests that you need?
Oh,
Perhaps you would need someone to find you some better clothing?
What's wrong with my clothing?
I don't know.
Shirtless.
Is he wearing clothing?
Right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, then.
I think it was.
Well, then, perhaps your compatriots need to find the rest of their pants.
So he's wearing the stuff that he wears when he's at the Gold Tosser, which is like a white tuxedo, and then those same capri pants that I mentioned.
Oh,
Yep, yep.
sorry. Perhaps all of you would need to find your pants from the knee down.
No, I think we like this style. However, and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out like the most American Psycho business card.
Oh my god.
It's like
It's
eggshell.
so off-white. It's
Yeah.
white again.
It's so off-white, it's on white. It puts rice to shame.
Yeah.
He hands that to you. Write me. I need someone to run one of my businesses, and you might be the
It
person
just says
for it.
Godbert. That's all it says on it.
I mean, it has his mailing address
Oh, it
and all
does.
that.
Oh, now you know.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. You
Yes.
shall be hearing from me.
I think your talents are wasted working for an arms dealer.
Oh, as I said, we are not an arms dealer. We're diversified. We're general quest solving.
Yes, yes. You might want to speak with my son about that. He always needs some help with quests here and there. He's a detective, aspiring detective, according to him.
Did he ever solve his case in Coogan?
He had a case in Coogan.
Apparently he did.
Is the son with him?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. The sword ended up where it was supposed to be, just like I'd planned.
You're welcome.
Gesundheit. And he walks off. And Nashow says, thanks. And she walks out too. That's his assistant.
He may have anti-competitive
with,
business
quests.
practices.
Well, it's
But he has a great car.
what's the son's name again?
Hildebrand.
Hildebrand. Hildebrand and his Makote assistant, Aishon
Nashow.
Nashow. Those two were also attempting
Nashu, sorry.
to acquire the same sword that we acquired when we killed Uematsu. They were doing that kind of like on their own as like a Scooby-Doo mystery style.
Gotcha.
So it was basically we were on the same mission. We ran to them into the street. They were the ones.
Oh, that's right.
They were chasing a different sword thief that Millie tripped and pickpocketed.
That's right.
Also, that's an actual character in the game. He has a side
He
quest.
is
They-
the best.
A fucking hilarious side quest. They're pretty long, but they're great.
Hildebrand?
It's so silly. Yeah.
I feel like I've come across him.
He gives out-
You. Oh shit! I think you did. You might have during the MSQ near the graveyard where you meet Marquess, right?
Yes.
I think he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Godbert's his dad.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The owner
Yeah.
of the
Well,
Gold Saucer.
yeah, once you get to the quest, it's immediately obvious.
Okay.
Like, because Godbert, you don't technically meet Godbert until later. Like, you meet Hildebrand first.
But
Yeah, I
Hildebrand,
only got that
yeah,
Godbert.
at the end of each expansion, like during the patch content, so something it's a little bit filler, but it's fucking great.
It's hilarious.
They have these Hildebrand quests. He's always trying to solve a different mission after each one. It's so good. The Heavensward one might be my favorite, but yeah, you'll see. We'll take you through it. I think you'd like it too, Chris, because he's a detective.
That's right.
So it's like
It's my little-
Very Geps Ringwald.
very
Skips ring.
very Inspector Clouseau.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Geps
But he's
minus
not
the
a
confidence.
film noir
Oh.
detective.
But the same kind of attitude
He
about it.
thinks he is. Did you do any of the Hildebrand quests, Eric?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know you got 2 Stormblood. That's Ultros. And
Yeah.
yes, Ultros is in Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, he's a boss, right?
So is Typhon. Yeah. And Gilgamesh. Yeah. Okay.
I rolled not 20. Yeah, that's right.
No. What were you rolling for?
To stab Hildebrand in the back.
Was it an actual roll or were you just
Nice.
rolling?
It was an actual.
I will add it if
For
you're
no
rolling.
reason.
No, I just rolled.
Okay.
Nothing. Just talking about.
He's so easy to bring.
So who else
I don't want a
besides
game
Inti is
where
going down with
cheap
Millie?
the-
Anybody?
Oh, I'm going.
We all go.
I thought we would all go.
We gotta
Tommy,
run.
All right, so
come
we're
on, let's
rolling
go
up with the
down.
whole squad on the
Yeah.
forum.
We gotta
We'll
roll.
look
We
at
gotta
the
roll.
video from our session that we did last Saturday in MLN.
I'm gonna watch it. I watched our thing today from last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you dressed up too? In your suit?
Andy's
my
always in a suit.
fine, My
Yeah.
fine old
That's why
dog
Godfrey
attire.
talked to you.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm not. I'm just in my work clothes.
Well,
Yeah,
we
Yeah, we
have
are
the
dressed.
class
You're
here.
still wearing that? I love it.
Yeah,
I
I'm still wearing
love
the
it.
Power
I love it.
Rangers
Soul's in his Power Rangers outfit. It's fucking great.
We worked for a living.
Yeah. So you guys are, I mean, kind of impatiently, the
Escorted
steward
to
is,
the-
is holding open the door for you. It's like, anytime now, we're on a schedule. So you guys go down to the middle.
Yeah, so Millie takes lead with Inti right next to her.
Greetings, I am Fortuneau Levieur. I don't recognize you as members of Charlie.
We haven't met the twins, right? In game.
Did you meet Alphino and Alize?
I feel like we didn't.
What? Isn't that the
I
bird?
don't think you did. They're twins.
Yeah, I'm
If
pretty
you
certain
met them,
we
it
did
would have
not.
been at the Waking Saints.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were not.
Wait, Billy, before you speak, get the water pitcher in the cup, slowly pour, take a sip.
Are you Marco Rubio?
That's how you start every congressional year.
Is it?
The long sip.
A long annoying sip. Okay, go, Tommy.
What's the sound?
Some guy
pool.
yelling.
What's
There
that?
in the pool.
Okay. It's like, is that Melinda?
Oh, I'm stuck in the washing machine.
Didn't even see her go out.
All right. So Force is he?
Fortunately.
Are we on the main floor, or is he greeting us before the?
You're on the main
We're-
floor.
we're-
He's
okay.
greeting you as a member of
So
the-
amidst the rest
Yes. Are you?
Hello, I'm Instant. This is Millie.
Mila.
Mila.
Zenshira? You would know that.
I
You grew up
know,
with her.
the player knowledge character.
Yeah.
I rolled to remember Millie's real name.
Oh, you forgot it.
I forgot.
Her name is Rose.
Rose Storm.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Solace, Deus, Kevin. We represent the
Call him
Cliff,
Solace. I like it.
Cliffside or Cliffhangers
There you
Incorporated.
We are the Cliffhangers Incorporated Adventuring Group.
go. And what brings you to Charlian?
We come before you today with a threefold request for knowledge with an addendum at the end. As well as to bring you a bit of an update regarding your former outpost, colloquially known as the Great Google Library.
Officially known as the Great Google Library as well.
That's not what the fucking person was. Like, the person at the library didn't say it was that name.
What do they refer to it as?
Like, oh, you mean the outpost in the Dravanian hinterlands? Like, that wasn't the name being the Great Google Library.
I mean, not everything is widespread, like, known by name kind of thing. It's more like one of those moments it's like, oh, that's what you're talking about. The forum will know.
Yeah.
Oh, good. In the right spot.
Just like the shadow. The shadow knows. And
So, firstly, the update. The Google Library has been effectively calmed of its out-of-control presence of aether-infused automata and... what do they call the demons?
Void Scent.
I keep on saying Void Spot. And minor Void Scent.
There's now like a murmur among, like a loud murmur among the forum members. Like, is this so? Can that be? And
Our group had adventured there to acquire information, which we unfortunately were not able to obtain, hence our presence here. But in the process, we were able to fell the rogue automata that was both powering and guarding and slaying anything that stepped foot in the library itself.
that is quite a feat to claim.
I nearly died in the process.
Well, I'm sure I speak for all assembled when I say I am glad you did not perish in that library.
Same.
We will send gleaners out to the Great Google Library to ascertain its current state.
For the most part, the library did at least in the non-restricted section, a fairly good job of keeping itself well kept.
But if you took out its caretaker, as you said, I imagine it would no longer be keeping itself in any state.
Correct. It is likely in a well-kept, if potentially dusty state by this point.
Indeed. Well,
Though
that
the
is
doors
a
were
well-
shut when we left.
That was my next question, is how you managed to get inside. But if all is safely taken care of as you've mentioned, then you've done us a great service. And we thank you.
You're very welcome. Then that brings us to our first of 3 points of inquiry.
Plus a two.
Plus one. With a footnote, P.S. We recently came into contact with an ancient, presumably Allegan construct in... Fuck, what was that place called again?
The fringes.
In the Fringes, that was under investigation by the 12th and 14th Legions of the Garlean Empire. However, when we interacted with this construct, it was first and foremost a sentient creature that identified itself as actually coming from beyond the Shard and the Allegans... Star? From beyond the star. And the Allegans merely cooperated with this construct, but it itself was, by its own admission, much older and much more alien.
You speak of the construct known as Omega.
Correct. We bested the construct in combat, albeit barely, and then it set about a much more peaceful perusal of our world in much more miniature, compact form.
There's more mumbling than very confused mumbling.
It's really cute.
Was there a
What
microphone?
did you take from
The microphone.
No microphone.
No, there's a microphone.
But
It's more of like one of those, I'm gonna let you finish, but...
yeah. However, one of the last bits of information that the ancient machine parted with us was that the ancient Allegan crystal tower had risen from the depths not too long ago in the Silvertear Lake region, which then was later confirmed by Prince Xenos himself.
We had heard word that something regarding the crystal tower had happened, but we weren't aware it had risen from its slumber.
Huh, that was our first point of questioning. We were hoping to obtain a potentially less politically biased source of information on the Crystal Tower, as there is some animosity between the 12th and 14th that we weren't sure who to trust as a source of information on that.
The politics of Garlemald are outside of our sphere of influence and not something that we care to navigate.
I don't recommend it either, but
Is that cool? It's a mind flayer parasite.
brainworms.
Good brainworm.
Put it on your Bumble.
Not doing
If you recognize this, I'm not interested.
Do you know what this is?
Yeah, if you know what this is,
Wow.
swing
Too
that
much like my brother.
Didn't you bring someone here that you wanted to hook up with and he saw the games and it's like, oh my god, or something along those lines?
No, I don't recall that ever happening.
One of your guys like sat on the couch watching us play for a little while. Do you not remember that?
Well, because he was playing the dog.
No, he was very intently listening to it.
No.
Whatever.
What? We can take one more player.
Can we though? Well, we are about to get rid of Jimmy's.
Oh,
Well, Jimmy's still going to be around.
Yeah, but
Also-
there's table space.
Uh-oh.
everything Millie does from this point forward will be via message to Soul. Soul, tell them I did this. Soul, tell them I'm doing that.
I'm running out of minutes.
You didn't get a pre-play message plan?
Yeah.
Oh, Robert.
He's got a pee soon. That's what that means. Every time he starts coughing like that, he's got to pee because it means the fluid's backing up.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he's
Good
got
indicator, at
congestive
least,
heart
so
failure.
you know what to do about it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that was our first inquiry, which I wager then your information is as good as ours at this point.
I'm afraid we do not have the knowledge that you have. I am quite curious, though, how you were able to convince the Garlean Empire to allow you to go right through their investigation and confront Omega.
She'll pull aside the collar on her shirt. It's like, I am the Garlean military. That's why.
Well, that is a bit of an explanation. What about Tavi and Soul? Did they show their tattoos?
They're retired. They don't matter.
Nope.
So it's just like, should have listened.
I am still hungry.
I ain't in any military at this point.
Out of the kitchen.
Saul still
The
has some
Garland-
glasses in his Bloody Mary. in his hand.
Get out of the kitchen.
The Garlean military leads from behind, so they send the lowest ranked person up front, which is Millie.
Checks out.
Right, on to our second point of inquiry. For this, we would like to request a closed forum before discussing this particular topic, as it pertains to the excommunicated forum member known as Mariah.
Now there is like a really big murmur. And Fortuna was looking around, and then somebody stands up and whispers something into his ear, which he listens to.
Take the shot.
Do we recognize
shit.
whispering to him?
No. Not something
That's
that you
right.
ask.
If we recognize the person whispering to.
It's a fucking assy and just
You
walks
don't,
up
you
out
don't
of
recognize them. They're
nowhere.
wearing a mask.
Fuck!
Wearing a mask. Soul just runs out.
He's a reverse Asian though, it's just the bottom mask, not the top. Bizarro Asian.
The cannibal Asian. They just gotta cover up the back.
They'll never suspect I'm an Asian because my mask is on the bottom of my face.
No, he's not an Asian, he's a Sean. Asian means without shadow, so Sean would mean
With shot. I like it.
The A means without. What was I saying? I can't remember. What root is that? Is that Greek?
Yeah, A is the negative.
Yeah.
part.
Actually, before we get to that topic, I gotta pee really quick, so if you want to take Bob to pee really quick.
Greek for sure.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll take dogs out.
All right,
They
excellent.
just pee through.
Pee
Jimmy's
break for
legs.
everybody.
You guys talk to Fortuna while I take them out, okay?
Oh, okay.
So, oh yeah. Yeah.
So did you check out that puppet of you that's outside?
Yeah, are you getting any money from this?
I don't
or-
think they've actually started selling it, but perhaps. Yeah, I mean, you should definitely start negotiating with them.
Sugar or Archon Wolf, right?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Well, perhaps if you had two different varieties, you could sell both. You could expand into different business verticals, though the kids who like the sugar, and perhaps the healthier kids or the kids with diabetes. You don't wanna.
The kicks versus tricks. Yeah.
I love how Jimmy's like, hey, I'm the important one, I'm gonna go pee. Why don't you take
He's doing the talking. So.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense.
Makes sense.
Millie's taking the lead.
Millie's our face. Millie does have. Okay, Millie actually has charisma.
Without the professor here, somebody has to take lead.
Could be worse. Kevin could be here.
Yeah, where is Kevin?
He's training.
Training with Omega. Totally not a clue.
So, my proposal is going to be the outline of gambling within Charlie.
Ah, I see. Okay.
The outlawing of it?
Yeah, no casinos, no gambling.
Into it. Alright.
So we talk to the Mariah. We'll talk through the Mariah thing, and then we get to talk to the Asians. Millie's gonna give a little white lie just to hope that if there's any skill rolls that happen, it'll be nice.
Why would you want that on your dice tower?
To the nat ones, I guess.
What a weird. Like, I just found this online. What's somebody else's dice tower?
Like, I could see that being in your dice
That's
jail.
Pretty.
Like, you know, you put the
bad
ones, the bad dice there.
Bizarre.
Yeah, it is
I would
bizarre.
not want that to be my like.
It's like those people who get those
drawer,
really
right?
offensive tattoos that make no sense.
I
just
guess,
because they're
yeah.
offensive.
Like this stuff I chose here this one was based off of Amelia being a paladin, so a sword, and then back for more sword. But yeah, I wouldn't want something like basically anything I'm going to get engraved is going to be something that represents my characters.
Yeah.
Eating baby dicks, maybe not.
I
It's a very specific
just
character
don't
type.
know why you would want that
I don't know.
on anything.
Facts.
I mean, it's,
Like if I sat down and like to play with you guys for the first time and somebody pulled that out, I'd be like, ooh, maybe I don't want to play with this group.
Yeah, what have I got myself into?
it's like, haha, it's funny, but then you throw it away because
Yeah.
the joke's funny for the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's not worth
And then
it.
that's your tower for the rest of
Nor do
your
you
time.
get rid of the tower because the joke's already done.
Yeah. Try to lie so that way I can roll deception if we have to roll for something instead of persuasion. Because I'm much better at that. And I gotta say that my character lied to Congress.
Check.
It's
Bucket list.
bucket list, exactly. A Millie bucket list to lie to Congress
You can get away with
and get away with it. That was actually a mini feat that I picked, my most recent
it.
one.
You're good at lying to politics.
No, I can lie through divination magic.
Oh.
Like, because in 5th edition is stupid. Zone of Truth says if someone has successfully resisted the spell, which is the stupid part. Because then it's like, okay, if you fail the spell, you're compelled to tell the truth. But if you succeeded the spell, they know you succeeded and aren't under the effects of the spell, which is like, then you're screwed either way. Whereas if you succeed, it just says they assume you're under the effects, then you could lie and they wouldn't know. But basically, it gives me advantage on deception checks for 10 minutes, and then no form of magical or supernatural ability.
You might be, yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Cox.
Oh, pups.
I decided to run in while I was holding my phone and drop it.
Yep. Loki has done the same to me many a time.
That's how they do it.
Little trickster. Everyone that yells at Drew to go play Final Fantasy gets 1d4 of inspiration.
Don't play the game.
Do it.
Drew, play Final Fantasy.
No,
Or
play,
else.
play World of Warcraft.
He actually did it.
De-inspiration.
Minus one.
Give me the inspiration.
Where's the general chat? I gotta tag him in this.
1d4 of inspiration is basically.
Oh yeah, I can't blame you for
Basically,
that.
what? Yeah.
What happened?
Drew.
He says about college football 25.
Fuck that. I
Keep
just
living
can't
your
get
life,
into-
Drew.
I can't get into sports video games. I don't know why.
Really?
Video games.
What was that?
I saw it in the list.
I know you do. You play, what is it, NFL? Or NHL?
NHL.
I'm back. So, the forum would be most interested in hearing how you learned about a member of this body that was excommunicated over 400 years ago.
Well, firstly, that information is publicly available in the non-restricted section of your library.
Is it?
God.
I feel like Inti just has his own completely disconnected mic that he just pulls out.
It's for the effect.
Everyone tries to hand it to Millie, but it's like on a bungee, so it comes back to you.
Yeah.
Little feedback happening.
Yep.
What was this? What is that image? Emoji 40. Okay. That one.
Oh,
Oh.
that's me. That's Millie. I made a little Millie meme and put it in the emojis.
Oh, you did?
I just thought it was
Yeah.
like a let's go.
I had no
idea.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's
It's in the server. That's
No, that's cool.
yeah, I added it because there's the meme template of just like that little guy going like this, and so I took it, I put it in paint, and I colored it, added Millie's uniform, and
See,
Yep.
Millie's like defacing.
This is what I
The
have.
stuff. That's
defacing
cool.
meme property.
That's cool. And it was never. We didn't know what it knew.
No. Yep. My initial thought was I'm gonna make one for everyone's
Oh
character.
my god.
You should do that.
And then it took me like a fucking 3 hours to do it properly because I was also doing it at work. But
You got paid for 3
you're
hours.
paid,
Yeah.
Yeah. You make a graphic artist on your resume. Got-
You're professional because you got paid to do it.
proficient with MS Paint.
Yeah. Who could say
So
that?
anyway,
Right, so the information is in the public library, public section of the library. However, we also have, the journal is from Mariah?
Yes.
Right. One of our member was in possession of a journal that we believe to be penned by Mariah themselves. Deus, if you would.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Greetings.
I want to hand it.
Oh, I'm not gonna hand them it. I don't have it on me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not if you want to get it back.
So just in case you don't believe us, right? What Millie said about the public information is correct. But what isn't told in the public information is that Mariah didn't destroy her clones,
Is that so?
according to our knowledge. Yes,
Were these clones that were made while she was in Charlian, or were they made elsewhere?
I believe they were here because she was very afraid that the Forum was going to find out, and that she had to make plans to avoid them being caught.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, where's your mic? Where's your mic?
No, this
Oh, hand it
the
to him.
player is raising.
Oh.
Okay.
And then, just as soon as Deus mentioned all the clones were destroyed, Inti would like to quickly scan the entire Congress and see if anyone doesn't look surprised.
Or do they look the same? Do they
I
look the
mean,
same?
they've, for the most part, have had remarkable poker faces for the most part of this.
And as a reminder, because you've gotten no race in Final Fantasy XIV has the super extended lifespans like they do in
Right,
normal
right, right.
D&D.
But I mean, do any of them maybe already know this?
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
even though there are
right,
elvish
right,
people,
right,
none
elves
of them
still
are.
normal, yeah. So no one-
Everyone
no
in this
one-
room was long since
Yeah.
their parents were dead before Mariah was.
With exception, Vera are incredibly long-lived.
Those are the.
They
are,
are?
Are any of them here?
Not in the
I don't
source
know.
book.
I'm only 24, so.
Maybe not in the. Maybe they might have taken.
They,
their
just,
time
they have
on
really
it,
risky
source
lifestyle,
book,
so they usually
but
die.
in the game, like
Oh, the rabbits live. Oh, that's cute.
Wow. Yeah.
in Raktika Greatwood, they're
3
like,
times the life. So like 300 something years old. Then.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
like the V's that you meet in the Raktika Greatwood, they say, "Hey, we were there when the world fell," kind of thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, no one in the audience is like, oh yeah.
So
I
like
know
300
that."
to 400 years old for the max lifespan for Riviera.
Correct.
Neat.
So yeah, nobody here in particular.
Oh yeah, the clones. Psh, I think on Tuesday.
Well, it's more like
I did not see any obvious
No.
marks of surprise.
these people would not have been part of the forum when that person was.
No, but I mean, maybe they know that clones.
They know
still exist.
of everyone who was a forum member. They know everyone who's excommunicated because it's a small list.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, they don't. Yeah. Anyway,
Hello.
you have this journal. May we look at it?
Oh, I don't have it on me.
Ah. I must ask you to stop speaking at the moment. And Forshnoke backs up a bit and kind of gets in a huddle with people from the forum. It looks like they're speaking on like a private network, not a link pearl, because link pearls don't work. But they seem to be like under telepathy kind of thing going.
Okay. I'm going to subtle cast detect thoughts while that's happening.
Are they speaking in a code or?
The base level detect thoughts is undetectable. As long as I don't push further, I get surface level.
Right. It doesn't seem to work.
So,
There's a lot of magical defenses in the forum.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Okay, that is
my
like
word-
spell goes off and doesn't work, or spell
It goes
fizzles
off.
in the attempt.
It fizzles in the attempt.
Also, there's like this is a no magic zone.
Do I lose the slot?
Yes.
Okay, that
Take
is
that.
a second level spell. This one down here. Boop, boop, boop. And one of these.
How old is Davis?
24.
Yeah, so yeah, you would kind of be a baby, which actually kind of makes sense for Davis' character.
I had no idea any of the lifespans. I thought that was unique to like their circumstance in the game, why they were that
I
long.
think Lalafelds are actually longer lived than some of the other races as well.
Because L doesn't go up to like 130.
Yeah, I could be wrong about that, but it doesn't actually come up that often in the game. So
Yeah.
occasionally, I'm gonna try and make a point. What was I saying? Moogles are immortal, more or less. At
It
least
looks like a little over
age-wise.
100 for Lalafell.
Yeah.
Whereas higher Makote and Rogadin have the normal-ish
Like 80.
lifespan.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think Rothgar lived longer too, but I could be wrong. This is not a topic that we think should be discussed in a public setting.
Well, that's why Millie asked for a private audience.
We agree.
Oh, okay. I'm just remembering everybody.
We are willing to do so at the conclusion of our normal duties today.
All right, that works for us. During that private side session, then we'll bring up our third topic, as we believe that one also would benefit from a non-public announcement, even more so than this first one.
Very well.
Oh, that's a juicy drop.
Juice drop.
Please return to the forum at 5 p.m.
Eastern Standard. Ellison Standard.
Charlene Standard Time.
Fuck.
CST.
Oh, we're in CST.
Why CST?
Charlotte's with Arlene.
Charlene's an S.
Really?
No.
Are you serious?
SHARLAYA or something like that.
I went to school in
I thought it was an S for a
Cliffside.
while,
Education
and I
wasn't that
thought
great. We had one teacher.
Somebody set me
Yeah.
straight, and I was like, shit, okay, it's not an S, it's
Nope,
a
it's
C.
an S.
And I've been like correcting
I feel like
myself.
most of the names in the game are fairly,
Phonetic.
yeah.
Wait until you get to
okay.
Dawn Trail.
I don't want them.
I swear, I look at some of the letters, I'm like, that letter doesn't make that sound, and you don't need to have those three.
Was it Celtic?
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
Good old Irish.
it's like Latin, but it's like Incan and
Yeah.
Mayan and things like that.
Quetzalcoatl.
One of the zones I'm in is called Shaloni. It's SHAALOAIN or NI rather. It's like okay, that one is probably the least complicated name that I've come
It's like
across.
Sersha and
Yeah.
with Irish spelling.
SAORISE.
There's SAOERSE, I think.
Something
Or
like
something
that.
like that. But it's like, yeah.
Like Saoirse Ronan.
Shalogna. My Shaloni has a first name.
Wow.
Alright then, we will return at 5.
Now, if I could, I have a motion to bring to the floor, if I'm permitted.
You have the days.
Yeah, right.
All of you.
Yeah, everybody.
Ladies, gentlemen, members
like-
of the forum, PCs and NPCs, I would like to paint a picture for you. A picture of a young woman, a young Charlene woman, a student, one with great potential. She's got her little white robes, her hat, she's studying, she has great potential to go somewhere far in life. But unfortunately, she is not of me, and her only way to reach her goal, to reach her potential, is through studying. But there's so much stress involved in it. It wears down on her psyche, wears down on her psychology. And one day walking to school, she passes a man with a beard and a white suit who offers her an out. A game with 3 cups and a ball under it. He says, if you were able to find this and you give me money, I could perhaps give you more money after you win. She gives him the money. She loses. She says to herself, I can win this next time. Gives him more money. She finds herself going down a dark well of gambling addiction.
Poisoning Charlene against Godbird.
I love it. I love it.
Fuck yeah, he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, forum members, I'm here to propose a motion to permanently outlaw all gambling and sports
Wipe a
betting.
tear from my eye.
I have a 6-point plan that I would like to introduce to talk
When
about.
did you come up with this?
I wrote it while I was stewing. There are several reasons to outlaw gambling. Firstly is the societal impact. It will become a huge part of society and everyone will be involved in gambling, meaning that all of the learning and all of the other cultural monuments of Charlene will fall away. Charlemagne. We will become like Charlemagne. Charlemagne.
Do you want to end up like Ulda? This is how we end up
This
like
is how you
Ulda.
get like Ulda. Secondly, economic issues. The entire city will become dependent on this. There will be so many people employed by it, and this outside force, whoever it may be that opens the casino or sports betting facility, will control it. They will control wages, they will control occupation, they will control employment, they will control all benefits. They will even, at some level, control other facilities in the town, such as the library, by being the one power that has the most financial ability to donate to it. Something that will take the power out of the people, out of the scholars such as yourselves, and make it impossible for you to continue your mission to enlighten everyone in the city and bring education and positive life to all the citizens here. You will also become dependent on the casino for tax income. as it will continue to grow and grow and grow, and that will interfere with your ability to do other works for the city because you will be so dependent on this single source.
Allow me to interrupt what I am sure is a very well-written and well-rehearsed speech. What makes you think there is a casino in Charlie?
I am not talking about one right now. I would just like to prevent this fine city from any future invasions of the terrible, terrible institution of gambling or sports betting.
Gambling is already prohibited.
Well, we
in
should
Charlie.
double prohibit it.
Double secret probation.
Double.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for your passionate display here. In order to propose a law, one must be a citizen of Charlian, and two, it seems redundant.
Sports betting also illegal.
Betting of all forms is illegal
Good.
within the island of Charlian.
Good. Well, you guys are doing good work.
Yes, we know.
We should just outlaw blitzball in general.
Yeah, let's outlaw all sports. That guy's with me. I point at the nerd.
Fortuno.
Fortuno just takes out one of those gigantic we're number one figures.
Shit, he loves sports.
He like leans out of the side of his chair, and you see the pennant flag on the back of his chair.
It's really funny that you say that because one of the new PvP modes actually was birthed in Charlian, like the Crystalline Conflict.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a sports game.
Oh. Well, then I will leave you, good forum members, until our private meeting later.
Very well. What is next on the docket? They're saying they're already like, okay, they're gone. So it's like they're already moving on to the next thing. Yes, it looks like the next topic involves making miniature automata of the forum members. They trail off as you're leaving.
Was there any sort of pen or anything that I could take from?
Sure. There's a quill.
Fuck yeah, I'm taking it.
All right. It's a
Million.
very nice quill.
I'm gonna go back up to the viewing platform, and I'm basically going to scope out which of the forum members are most open to new ideas and most friendly towards outsiders.
So you're gonna spend your time here until your meeting.
Yep.
Okay.
Just figure like, okay, that guy, that guy, that guy. Those are the ones that are like open to new ideas, talking to strangers.
I'll mingle with the other lobbyists and try and like who likes
Who can I
their,
weaponize against
pocket-
Manderville?
who likes their pockets filled? Who likes praise? Who likes cookies?
All of the above.
At a concert yesterday, and the band went on stage. Is like, so there's something you need to know about all of us members on stage. We all have a massive praise kink, so we want to hear you yell really loud for our music.
Who was this?
Sawyer Hill, a smaller
Country?
band. No, the name would indicate country, but they're not.
What kind of music is it?
I'd say that's just more like rock in general.
Sawyer Hill Band.
I'm just
That's
thinking
an
of
amazing thing to say at a concert.
Yep.
That's
That
pretty
worked.
great. I'm thinking of this fusion between death metal and country. Just call it like death country.
Oh, your trumpet.
I want to say there's a genre like that
Damn it!
called like
Well done.
black country or something.
Black country. I know there's
What?
bluegrass.
Well, I don't see colors, it's country.
We can't stop here. This is black country. Wait a second. No, no, no. The alternative?
The alternative.
That's what Drew says.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Well, that's what Alex Melton does. The guy that does the country covers of like alternative music and rock music. He calls it the alternative.
I could see that.
Yeah, look up I Write Sins Not Tractors, Drew. You're gonna look it up, aren't
I
you?
have to.
It's the Panic at the
Yeah,
Disco?
I've
Okay.
heard of it.
He actually does a really good job with it. He's also got Missouri Business.
Love that.
Yeah. What?
No, I was hearing misery business pronounced weird. It took a while for it was Missouri.
Yeah. It's pretty fantastic.
Tractors.
Yeah, and then he does other songs where he'll just swap the genres around. He does a bunch where it's like, oh, hey, what if this song was sung by Blink 182 instead?
Yeah, I love those videos.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not tractors.
Okay. Alright, so you looked it up.
Panic at the Square Dance.
Panic at the Square Dance. That's
Amazing.
right. I love Panic at the Square
Deus, dear, I'm gonna stay here and try to scope out the most friendly links in the forum here, just in case we need to, try to persuade them to give us the information we want, just find out which ones might be the easiest targets. Seeing as I'll be here for far, far, far longer than I'd like to, could you bring me lunch in like a couple hours?
Oh yeah, more than happy to.
Thank you. And feed something to Care. I worry he might eat one of the smaller students.
Eat the little miniature thing. The one that's filled with candy.
Okay, that would be hilarious. I have a business proposal for automata in the shape of the
Why does it
forum
ever-
members, but if you destroy them, they explode into candy.
Oh, it's a pinata.
Exactly. But pinatas that walk around and follow you.
So, minion pinatas.
Minion pinatas. And
Oh my
especially
God.
during...
They need to make one of those for this expansion. It's like Mexico. It's perfect.
Yep. And then if you think about it, the minions can be programmed to like flee the children, so it's just a bunch of kids with sticks chasing down a little pinata, and then they destroy it.
That's pretty great.
Train their hunters instincts.
There's a new minion that they just introduced called the Corn Serpent. It's like an ear of corn that walks around following you.
I love it. I heard corn serpent at first though, and I'm like,
Corn snake.
I mean, I know there's one culture that like worship corn as a holy food.
There's the big world bosses where you kill them a couple of times and they drop these materials where you can go get a mount with it or whatever, like we did it with
Yeah,
the frog suit.
yeah.
So apparently, like, there's a new big snake monster.
Ooh,
That's the
cool.
one of the Dawn Trail ones for that.
Nice.
You can get a Tron bike also.
Ooh.
Are you listening to it now?
We'll save it for later.
It's good.
It's a
man.
drive home. So
Yeah, it's a drive.
Olive Mountain is fantastic. Okay, so you're staying at the forum. You're gonna bring lunch.
lobbying.
Yeah, I
You're
got.
bringing Care with you.
Yeah, or either they'll go with me or.
Well, I would
I'll-
send Care
I'll,
with you, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Then they
That
can
way
go with
he's
me.
not
Yeah.
crowding around.
Because I was gonna go
Without
get
careless.
lunch for Kevin too. So.
Now.
You're gonna get lunch for Kevin also.
Yeah.
He said he's just training hard.
Mhm.
Indy is
Lobby.
lobbying. In the lobby?
I guess that's where you do it.
Yeah.
The lobby, the real lobbying happens in the bathroom.
Wow.
Just wait
Wow.
wait for the senator to get out of the stall, and you ambush them with your.
That's not where I thought that was going.
Oh.
I know that's like
I was thinking that scene from RoboCop where you cops in your bathroom.
everyone's like zipping up and like bleeding.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that in a while.
Oh,
No, I was thinking you're like somebody's doing some favors.
no,
Drugs, maybe.
Using their
But
mouth.
not
Yeah.
that.
no, this is a family game.
Is it?
That happens at the motel near the lobby.
Right.
The annex.
The annex.
That's what the Hope Motel is called.
We'll leave the line on for you. Yeah. Okay. What about Tavi? Where's Tavi?
With everyone else.
Oh, you're
Not giving me a
lobbying?
lot to work with.
You're lobbying with me?
Where did we end up? I missed a bit. Where did we all end up going after? Or we're just waiting for 5 o'clock or what? 5:30.
So Millie is waiting,
It's 5 o'clock.
basically like observing Congress to find the nicest members of the forum. Inti is lobbying with the other lobbyists around. Then Deus and Millie's dragon went to go hang out and then eventually go get food. Kevin never went to the forum in the first place, and then Tavi is wherever Tavi would want to be amongst those options.
Yeah.
And
whatever.
also Soul hasn't decided either.
Yeah.
Just where you'd go after. Well, but waiting till 5.
Soul would have gone back to the room.
Yeah, probably go back and eat and drink a bit.
Okay. So if that's the case, if you guys aren't going to do anything in particular other than what you mentioned, we can fast forward to 5 p.m. And you come back.
We all chug the mind eraser before we go.
Just all belligerent walking in. Don't remember why we're here, but we're here.
Do I smell alcohol?
Hey, Congress lady.
Fuck you.
So,
We'll sing the national anthem like that girl who's blown up.
need some pep
That
in
was
my
so
step
bad. Did you
for-
hear it?
Yeah.
for talking to him.
I've heard the national anthem before.
No. You haven't heard it like this.
It was
No, I
worse
need
than
some
the
of that.
Roseanne
Apparently
Barr.
she came out and said that she was drunk and she's seeking rehab or something.
I got what you're
Oh.
saying.
I
got what you need. Put it on there.
Yeah, it was,
Be like,
it was
"You got this."
bad.
Play
Was
on
it
the
a
song.
Twins game or something? or-
It was the All-Star game.
I didn't bring my
Princess or
inspirational
Ah.
tokens out, but we'll say that
I
I gave
claim
you one.
this die.
All-Star game's tonight, isn't it?
No, that's
Or
not
is that
the right
tomorrow?
size. I claim this die.
Sports, reinforcement.
Oh, that, I didn't know that had stuff in it.
Unfortunately, I like sports.
A little glitter and
Yeah, a little bit of
I like that.
things.
So cool.
When's the All-Star game? Tomorrow?
It just happened.
Oh, it's tonight.
Yeah, it's already done.
Who won?
The
American League.
Charlian Scholars.
Oh, man.
I just gave
Bring the joke back.
Millie inspiration, by the way.
Okay.
I was actually thinking about that because I was like, should I try and give Millie inspiration? No, she's a bard. She can give herself
Yeah, there's one type of bard that can give themselves inspiration, but almost
Did you
others.
take levels of Bard?
I'm exclusively bard. College dance.
Oh. Oh, that's right. You completely changed up.
Yeah, because that class didn't exist when the game started. Otherwise, I would have done that in the first place.
Also,
Really? I thought I knew you.
also, you're just like making new characters.
Also true.
That's just
That's a good point. What was I saying?
Oh.
5
o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So before we do this, like the whole reason why I've been evasive about the giving the journal was one, because I don't want them to have the power, but two, is because Omega shared it, and I don't want to do anything with it without Omega's blessing.
Oh, for sure. No, like out of character, I get it. In
So I
character,
would've
Millie
explained
doesn't
that.
know what the journal says,
Yeah.
so it's just like.
So I would have explained that to you before we left.
Okay. Cool.
What's that?
Perhaps, Deus, I know that you seem a little hesitant to share the journal. Is it because of something to do with the book itself, or is it the information? We could make a copy, perhaps, and share excerpts or copies.
A copy of the clone journal.
Cloning the journal.
Is Omega mentioned by name in the journal, or is it only just this Mariah person?
No, it has nothing to do with Omega directly, but there could be some sort of connection. Well, that's what we're trying to find out.
Somebody should make sure to tell Dylan what's going on.
Yeah. And out of character, then, did Omega tell Deus that Deus could tell other people what the journal actually said?
No, she did not say that. She all I know is that she gave the journal to Sid and to Deus.
In the event she didn't survive?
Well, yeah, because she thinks that she's not going to survive for whatever reason.
Which Omega's journal is
The
this?
real Omega.
Not.
So there's Omega, our friend, and Fomega.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
so
what we
this
call
is
the back.
Omega.
The robot.
Okay. So this is real Omega. This is Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan's character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was confused.
So, because Dylan's character had this journal for seemingly years, right?
Right.
And then recently shared it with Sid when they were afraid they were going to die.
I rescind my previous comment. Don't give it to them. I thought it was Fomega's journal.
Oh, okay.
Robo Omega.
So,
Well, I think it might be beneficial for us to at least make a copy of some excerpts of that
Redact.
the journal that you think would be that Omega would be okay with
Okay.
copying with, or giving away.
Okay, yeah, and we could go back to the hostel too and talk to Omega about like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. So get the blessing, so it's all cool. So yeah, I'd be cool with that. So whoever can duplicate it or whatever can do it.
I'm not going to give Eric's comment the time of day.
Oh.
So then 5 o'clock rolls around and we have a transcribed semi-full version of the journal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Omega is basically, I trust you. Do your thing. I'm going to stay in this room and hit shit.
Oh yeah,
You're
but you
probably
should call
training with
Kevin
Kevin,
that.
realistically.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't call Kevin that.
I call him that to his face.
No.
Come here, shit.
Yeah.
His name's shit till he hits me back.
I like it.
That's why I killed him. Don't call him shit.
Kevin's like, well, I can't hit a girl.
Why did you kill Kevin? You called me shit. Or he hit me, or whatever. Okay, so. What did he say now? I'm sure Eric made another joke. Kevin's
Yep.
gonna poop now.
When in doubt, poop it out.
Wow.
It's Kevin's motto.
Should be everyone's motto. Car stuck to your ass, when in doubt, poop it out. Wait, what? Gerbil?
Oh, did they tell us to meet them back at the forum?
Yes.
Okay.
So people are filing out of the forum now. It looks like it, people are leaving because it's end of day. It's like, okay, work's over, I'm out. Oh, they're not taking any more petitions today. Okay, I'm out. These are the people that are leaving. And it's a long line. Sorry, I dropped something. It's a long line of people, but Eventually, the door is held open for you by the same steward that you had seen earlier. Like, please come in for the private session.
Private session.
All right, let's go, everyone. I'll lead the way.
Thank you, Stuart.
Steward! Okay, and you're brought back down onto the floor, and we will amplify the silent spell just to be extra careful. And you hear a humming sound until it stops. It's like growing in intensity.
Do we see somebody's casting that spell? Or?
Yes, one of the forum members.
Just picture the steward at the wall with a little dimmer switch slider.
Nope, it's a steward standing next to a crystal ball.
Is the full assemblage
Yes.
here? Okay.
All
Cool.
100.
So it's fine.
Yep. All right. Well, we did collect a transcription of the journal for your perusal. I'll hand that over.
And you see Forshno briefly like look it over before passing it behind him, and it looks like some of the other forum members are messing with it. One of which seems to cast a copying spell on it that duplicates it temporarily, kind of thing, and it makes enough for the entirety of the.
Oh,
That is a useful spell.
4 members Xerox.
It's Xerox, yeah. Except it's temporary and disappears.
Yeah,
after
and after the fourth
Actually,
copy,
Oh, it's
still open.
Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat, yes.
Ah, yes, Lord Snapchat. Thank you.
Snap document.
Snapdoc.
Snapdoc, there we go. But yes, they briefly look it over and they go, all right, and what would you like to do with this information?
Well, we would like to have access to whatever's in the restricted area regarding her research and maybe places of interest that she was known to frequent.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, shit. Millie, you should have been.
Can I?
Sure.
Yeah, I give you inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
You also have 1d4 of inspiration from yelling at Drew earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine's a D10.
Wait, did you tell Drew to play or no? Or-
no.
Oh, okay. then
No, he
you
did.
No.
I saw corruption dude. He just forgot.
I know that Adam said play WoW.
Yeah,
so-
I lost a D4.
Oh, yes, I
but you're
I have
paying
a
for the rest
negative
of the session.
against
That's
that.
a negative D4
For
inspiration.
everything. Okay, plus 10 is not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
How is yours plus 10?
It's a D10 for you.
Oh, okay, well, so a 20.
Oh,
What? If they rolled a 6 and a 4.
oh wow.
Natural 20.
No. Naturally, it's not.
Seems natural to me.
Thank you.
A real respect to you.
I remember that. That was Terry Hatcher on Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Was it?
Seinfeld.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
yeah.
Why do I? Okay, as
I
soon
don't
as
know,
you
but
said
that's
that,
a fantastic episode.
yeah.
How do you have plus 10?
Wow.
Plus 5 charisma, plus 5 proficiency bonus. It's only 10.
Oh. Okay. The fact Jack of all trades always throws me off.
Okay.
So like I only have plus 9,
name's
but I'm not
Christian, not
proficient.
Yeah. So, and what will you do with this knowledge once you have it, if given access to the restricted sections?
Well, I think what we want to do is try to find out where these clones are and ascertain if they're going to be a threat.
I can assure you that nothing remains of Mariah. I gave the last name's in the document.
Avella, yeah.
Avella. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to say it if it wasn't in there. I can assure you that the quarters of Mariah Avella were thoroughly searched, magically and mundanely, and there's nothing of her work that remains. If there were additional clones that she had made, she would have taken them with her.
What would the forum's course of action be if they did find a new outpost or secret stash
Summary destruction.
of everything within it?
After it's cataloged and researched, yes. But anything that is deemed illegal is illegal for everyone, including us.
Well, what if it was outside Charlene's borders?
We do not have jurisdiction outside of Charlene. If these clones were created after her excommunication, that is not our problem.
I heard Godbird makes clones.
Well then, Deus, based off your conversation with Omega earlier, What do you think?
Well, the issue that we have is that we don't know if the threat has truly passed because our friend is concerned that Mariah is going to come back for her. And I feel that that could pose a threat to all of the Great Forum members here if Mariah decides to come back and take revenge for her excommunication.
Your concern is noted and appreciated. However, Mariah was never a danger to herself or to us. She was simply researching. Well, I don't want to go too far into it, but let's say the expansion of one's lifespan beyond normal means. She never held ill will to us and willingly left Charlian when told that when she was caught.
Where did she go?
That information we do not have. However, all of the information that we salvaged from her lab before its destruction is in a restricted section of Numenon. And you wish to have access to this.
Well, stop me if you don't think I should go any further, Deus. But there's a kind-hearted reason for why we would request this particular information. The owner of the journal, who we transcribed for you here, has reason to believe that they are in some way faulty or accidental released clone created by this person. However, the consciousness was obviously not properly implanted in this duplicate, so they are their own person through and through, and I believe there's a worry that if this Mariah character were to make an attempt to seize the body, that they would be unable to prevent it. And that is our goal, is to try to keep our friends safe from that evil intrusion.
I see no Hrothgar in your number.
They are not one for politics. They're very more of the punchy shooty type.
That sounds very unlike Mariah.
Precisely. Their own person through and through.
Roll a persuasion check. What'd you say?
I said +9.
21.
Ooh, better than yours.
Yeah, by 1.
This body is prepared to grant you access to the restricted section, with some caveats.
I don't like caviar.
Never met him.
I don't think I've ever had caviar. Salty?
Very salty.
I imagine. But doesn't it taste good? Like, isn't...
Tastes like salt.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure everybody just pretends it tastes
Yeah.
really good because it's so expensive.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. We would have rules. First of all, the information that you glean must stay within the restricted section of the library. You cannot make copies, you cannot take any of the tomes with you.
So basically, whatever we learn just needs to stay in our own heads.
Secondly, you cannot tell anyone outside of your group what you learn. And you must willingly submit yourself to a spell so that we may monitor that.
Oh, an
I don't know
NDA.
about that part.
I'd need to know the arcane mechanical specifications of that spell before I agreed on behalf of our group.
It is a triggered spell focused on key phrases related specifically to that topic. And we will be alerted if you speak of it. And we would know your location.
And that spell would be specific enough to note that to note the distinction between when we are talking amongst ourselves on that topic as opposed to in the presence of another.
Yes.
That seems fair to me. So again, our goal here is purely to save our friend from potential threat.
Thirdly, any information that you glean that we do not have or you learn during your travels, we strongly request that you furnish us with.
God, it's OGL.
Wow.
Oh no. We found the big bad.
It's Wizards of the Coast.
Oh no!
These
The
fuckers.
4 members of the.
Oh my god, I actually
Charlem.
heard somebody who did a campaign and their big reveal was that the bad guys were 4 wizards that all lived along the coastline.
I fucking love it.
That's amazing.
Pretty
Well,
great.
I think those are agreeable terms, and I at least, for one, would look forward to the productive exchange of information between our party and yours.
We do have one more requirement. There may be spells that you learn amongst her works. I am not certain, as I have not personally read these journals, and nor do I believe many here have. If you are to learn any secrets of cloning or restricted Charlian magics, you are not to ever cast them.
Carte blanche, or within Charlian specifically?
This is something we cannot track, so we are asking you, as scholars and honorable people, that you do not take the knowledge that you learn within and use it for means that we do not approve of.
Who determines what you approve of?
No cloning, and no magic that is very clearly restricted to Charlie.
Would you request then that we either destroy or pass along that information to you as part of the previous point?
Passing along? Fine. Do not destroy any of the books in Numenon.
Oh, no. I meant more, if we are led elsewhere outside your borders and we happen to find, there's a secret stash and we found a spell, destroy it or pass it along to you. What's your preference?
B, then A. Pass it along, then destroy it.
All right. I don't see any problem with that.
Then we are willing to grant you access to the restricted section of the library, specifically sub-level 13, section Q.
Oh, that's the coolest letter and the coolest number.
All right. Well, when we get to that, I would recommend that Sol and I definitely helm that search, as I feel like we're the two most well-equipped to actually identify any potential magical spells and whatnot, either obvious or hidden in her work, as well as devising any protections that might help Omega from an intrusion. Albeit not our specialties, but we've seen a thing or two, so we know a thing or two.
Been around the block.
Sounds good to me.
If I could ask a question,
Yes.
what were your thoughts on the little miniature candy dispenser that was made in your image? I mean,
Candy dispenser?
the little mini.
The fellow trying to sell the miniature Fortuno.
There was no candy inside.
That was a dumber combo.
Oh, we were misled.
What if there was candy? Would you like that idea more?
No, absolutely not. Candy is not conducive to study.
He's
What about-
obviously sweet enough as it.
What about?
I'm a married man.
Just because there's a goalie at
Hey, you're married, not
goal doesn't mean
married.
you can't score.
No.
He learns over.
Damn, Sol. I don't know sports,
It
man.
was sports references. What if it had whatever loaf instead?
Archon loaf.
Archon.
I don't think anybody wants a little miniature automaton that gives you a loaf.
That could be.
What is Archon?
Thank you, Christian. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dropping the loaf.
Yeah.
Pinching a loaf.
Pinching out, yeah.
That
Yeah.
may be acceptable.
And Godbert's card.
No,
Given us that one already.
Oh, I did. Lots.
Yes.
All right. Well, that
Was that all
brings,
you wanted?
that brings us to our third point. This one is a bit more. Whoops. Grab that go. Thank you. This one's a bit more of a sensitive topic to our group specifically. In our various travels, we've, on several occasions, ran into a group of individuals that appear to have their hands in numerous pots, as it were, across numerous countries, and, if they're to be believed, centuries upon eons. And their strength is significant.
What's Soul doing right
He's looking around to see if any of the forum members are like taking a really intense.
All of them are intently listening.
None of them more so than the others.
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
No, it seems like they're listening to what you have to say with interest.
He's trying to see if like the mention of these masked people like perks anybody up, or
Well, you
he
haven't
still
said-
doesn't think.
I haven't
this is a
dropped
good
it. I haven't
idea.
name dropped
You
yet.
haven't said mask or ass.
Yeah,
Well, I
no,
thought you said. Did you not say?
Not that. Not yet. I'm just building up the
Okay.
drama essentially.
Because he's gonna want to look around to see if anybody reacts
See,
to
like
any
mask
of
or
this.
Asians, who's got the ear twitches or whatever.
Because he doesn't think it's a good idea to bring it up to these people.
Oh, okay.
Well, since you are looking around and paying attention, and Millie, you're looking where? At Fortino, or?
At whoever basically at Fortuno's bench of people, seeing that they're like most likely the most senior.
And you would have recognized a few of them. You said the ones that seemed most open to new
Yeah.
ideas. So to the right of Fortino is Monteshane.
Montechagene.
Montichagane.
Close.
Then there's
Montechagene.
Barnier, Barnier, and Silvestre, which is Sevestre.
TRE.
Which one of those is the lobbyist's favorite?
Silvestre, probably.
Okay.
Give her 2 cards.
And what are their species? Because
Silvestre and Fortino are Ellison. Monteshane and Barnier are higher.
Okay. Right. So, regarding these individuals, our group has had a fair bit of interaction with them, and then, of recent particular note, one of these individuals was seen to have influenced the dearly departed King of the Fae, Titania, and I personally come before you on their behalf, and Millie will pop out her wings to show that she's of the Fae. Just to
There are
confuse
some
them.
that are very interested in that now. However, one thing that you notice when you're talking and that you notice is seemingly out of nowhere, directly behind Fortino is a black-robed figure.
That
who's just
no
kind
one's
of-
noticing.
No one's paying any attention to them. He just kind of looks up and you see a real smile across his face, and then he's gone just as quickly.
Well, like in a puff of smoke.
What's
or-
the mask
Is it?
color?
Would it be weird if I went
Red.
up to try and investigate that from where we are?
You could, but probably would be seen as pretty weird by the forum if that's what you're asking. But like just as quickly as he was there, he was gone.
Okay, red mask guy showed up.
Stay in the place down there, but I'm gonna have to go look at that when we're done.
Yeah, I'll just like a naked little like head nod toward you to be like,
No one in the forum seemed to have noticed them, or at least not.
and none of the rest of the
acknowledged
group.
them. Correct.
Oh,
The rest of the time, I'm gonna be looking around trying to see if I can spot.
Just this little fucker, he's popping up all
Like
over.
whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Soul just starts shooting arrows.
Suddenly, he like comes out from behind Indy, like woo.
So these individuals are consistently identified by long flowing robes, typically black, though we have seen white on occasion, and a notable half mask in some vaguely avian shape.
That's vaguely avian.
Well, I've heard you describe it as like an owl mask, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, owls are vaguely avian.
With just a little bit of beak, half mask over the face.
Vaguely avian.
Typically white or red in our experience, and they call themselves Asians.
There is a bit of a murmur among the crowd at this point, although most of them are paying very close attention to you.
All right. Any noticeable taken abackness from the front panel that we're directly in front
No,
of?
they are characteristically stone-faced.
Cool. All right, so
They're statues.
What is it?
that guy
you
turned
said?
stone. Turned
What
stone.
did you say?
Oh, you said they were stone faced. I'm like, oh, like a mask.
Fuckers, get him. We did find one very lackluster entry in the public library on these entities, but we suspect that you might have a bit more information in the restricted section, given by the fact that some of you recognize the name, which your average denizen of the world would not.
At which point, Fortuno and Monteshane both look kind of annoyed and are like side-eyeing people around, like, come on, guys.
Poker faces, guys. That's every Tuesday is practicing poker faces.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, we would like to gain access to those archives as well, because the Asians have been directly interfering with world politics. We ran into one of them named Pashtarat in Ishgard as he was manipulating events there to cause the civil war you've likely heard of.
We have heard of it.
He directly empowered...
What'd you say?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. He directly empowered the...
No, we like him.
the nobleman Zamel, and
We don't like him.
it's to an almost ludicrous degree of strength. And I myself managed to break an enchantment cast by this individual, and not to toot my own horn here, but my magical skills are not insignificant. I may not look it, but I am well over 1,000 years old from on my face side. And
I would have guessed.
and it was far and away the strongest enchantment I've ever come across in all of my many centuries in the Feywild or in this realm.
Or any other D&D campaign I've played.
Or any other, yeah. And shit beat Pathfinder spells, man, you don't understand. And that wasn't our first encounter. We did encounter them briefly in the Google Library. And we've seen them, and again, there is the one that, I don't know this one's name, but it apparently, as far as I can tell, managed to put some sort of spell on King Titania and turn them into little more than an unthinking force of destruction. Far, far cry from their normal
Monteshane
form.
speaks up as you're saying that. I think I could speak for the entire forum when I say that none of us have any dealings with the Fae, so forgive us if we are not impressed by the coercion of King Titania, as you say. Most of us know that it's little more than fairy tales. No offense meant. However, I'd also like to think that I speak on behalf of the entirety of this body when I express my amazement at the well-traveledness of your group. You've encountered many topics, many things we thought completely hidden from the private eye. All together. What is that about?
Our group found ourselves very out of sorts when we first arrived near, not Charlotte, Idleshire. Sorry, brain farm like Ishgard. Nope, not that one. We first arrived to this country, to that country, near Idleshire, and immediately found
Isn't that
ourselves.
Fort near Idleshire?
Yeah, but do they know we're from Flipside? I don't think
No,
they
I haven't said that part.
Yeah, I know.
It was more or less a teleportation gone awry that landed us near Idleshire,
I see.
and as a result, in our attempts to return home, we found ourselves embroiled in many different an affair, taking us all the way from the Dusk Vigil in the snowy outskirts of Ishgard to the Civil War in Ishgard to our lovely little dealings with the not Allegan ancient construct Omega, the Garlean military. We've actually fought and killed 2 different primals and witnessed the death of a 3rd.
We were looking for some Yol eggs, but we couldn't find them.
Thank you. I love you, Adam.
Actually, yes, the one quest we've ever failed.
Yol eggs. Fucking Yol eggs.
It's like they sell them at the supermarket, guys. What do you?
If
What?
your story is to believe, you are perhaps the most well-traveled in a group of adventurers that we've ever met.
do take contracts, and we are for hire.
Yes.
Well, we would take that as a significant compliment coming from a body such as yours. And to give a little credence to our stories, if you don't believe us, we did have a gleaner amongst our number for the majority of our journey.
And who made baby?
Sherbin Bayakud, who now more or less leads the step as chieftain of her tribe.
I'm not familiar with that name, but then again, I don't converse with many gleaners, just their head office. We can verify your story, that's not a problem. Our problem is, you want access to all the information that we have of Asians in our restricted library. Is that yes? Is that the case?
Either direct access or access to someone who specializes in their study.
And were we to procure this access for you, what then?
Well, our first goal would be to determine if the Asians have a similar track record of scheming across the centuries, because all indications seem that they do.
I can tell you that.
Then secondly, to try to garner what their greater goal may be, because if they are as long-lived as they seem to be, then their machinations can only be baffling to even an immortal's lifespan. So something that might piece together what they're trying to do, and whether it's for good, which I doubt, or ill, and how to stop it.
Here's what I propose. As long as no one here overrules me. I think I'm fine with you having access to that part of our library on one condition. Any information that you learn beyond what is available in our library while on your mission, you are to report to us. And to facilitate that, we could send a device with you. You say no?
Like an ankle bracelet.
Would this be
Well, look it up
something
for us.
like the now defunct link pearls, or something a little different?
Oh, we're not really sure what happened to Link Pearls anyway.
Oh, actually, we can fill you in on that afterwards.
You were going to tell him?
No, I'm.
Oh.
Oh no, Millie is about to throw her Garlean political enemy under the bus here.
He did it. Oh, that idiot did it. No, I thought we did that.
No, that was very specifically this one asshole.
Yeah,
in the
I
Garlean
always assume
military.
that world-shaking.
Fair
events
assumption, but not this time.
We're at fault. I thought
Yeah,
they
we
were.
didn't do this one.
Yeah.
Well, I did, but not you guys. The miniature, the automaton that you mentioned earlier, we'll send one of those with you.
The candy one.
No. And it will report back to us. It will not report any secrets, just anything having to do with Asians that you encounter. Key
we need
phrases
to
that
tell
it
it,
hears.
like-
No, it will listen.
Well, I don't see a problem with that. It's only fair if you're sharing your information, we share whatever we've gained. Then I suppose as a indication of the manipulative abilities of these Asians and a sign of good faith, one such incident that is likely not in your stores, or at least not recently, is they were able to intrude upon my dreams while I slept, which was in my previous form as a pixie, which, if, again, as you said, you're unfamiliar with the Fae, I shape dreams. My dreams don't get shaped.
Interesting.
So it's at least to me, that was a bit eye-opening in terms of seeing what the scale of their power was, that they could forcibly intrude upon my dream. I didn't dream. It
I see.
wasn't something that should have happened, and yet they were able to do it.
Our scribe has noted this.
The forum will remember this.
This became a telltale game.
So
Well,
well,
I-
even a stenographer just like.
More or less. It's a piece of paper with a quill that's been writing.
Nice.
Writing itself. I think we have an accord then. All in favor? And literally unanimous. Everyone raises their hand.
Yeah.
Does the black shrouded character come back and raise his hand?
No.
101
That's
votes.
a good
on that
question.
one.
And it's not actually unanimous. I count 99 in favor and 1 opposed. The 1 opposed is Fortuno.
But you proposed it.
No, it wasn't Monteshade.
F-A-U-R-C-H-E-N.
4 FOUR-CHENAULT.
I always forget the L.
Fucking L's and names.
If you don't mind my asking, Lord Fortuno, I'm not sure what your titles are here.
Fortuno.
Fortuno, why might you oppose this?
My reasons are not necessary, and you will be granted. Unanimity is not required among our number. You
No,
have the majority.
just curiosity, in case there's something we could do to alleviate your concerns.
Nothing you need to worry about.
He's a spy. Alright. Oh, and then as I mentioned, you can thank the failure of the Link Pearl network onto the legatus of the 14th Garlean Legion, one Valens Van Varo, who felt it was appropriate to toss...
Asshole.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Gesundheit.
to toss random explosives into the crater where the Omega construct laid, which caused an unforeseen chain reaction that knocked out the network seemingly for good. Omega themselves confirmed this with some annoyance at the nonsense that Valens was doing to its whole.
One of the 4 members just goes, giggity!
I like that guy.
4-member Quagmire, you've been warned before!
Giggity, giggity, goo! That is perhaps the least surprising thing you've told us today. I
Nice to see
believe
unity of opinion between the world nations.
we thank you for the information that you shared, and I will write a writ of passage for you immediately.
Actually, one thing that was not clarified, the information regarding Mariah was specified that we may not take copies out. May we take copies out of the ASEAN information?
No, nothing from the restricted section leaves Numenon.
Noted. Us no copies.
We will have a contract drawn up, and you will be given your writs of passage. Come back in the morning.
Wow, that's quick.
Well, it's important information. All right. Well, thank you for your time. We will be on our way. We'll return in the morning.
Yes, well. I call this session adjourned. I must get home before Emeliance tans my hide. And that's where we'll end tonight.
For tanning aside.
Yes.
Yeah, spa day.
Oh, was
Well,
it a
cool.
unanimous decision for the Mariah stuff, or did they not even put that to a vote?
No, that wasn't put to a vote. That was like, it seems like that was probably something pre-discussed.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Because they knew about the Mariah stuff ahead of time. They didn't know about the Asians at the time.
Cool. And did we recognize that particular red mask, or was that seemingly a different guy? Because we've seen a red mask individual.
It was too quick to tell differences. Not a lot happened tonight. I mean, I feel like a lot happened. I feel like a lot happened, but not a lot happened.
Politics happen.
Politics,
Yeah.
man. That's how it goes.
Next week, might get some answers.
Woo! We're going to the library next week. We're going to the
Wait, do
library.
I have to play answers now?
Yes, no, Justin's here.
Cool. I wanted to read their minds.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Till next time.
Eric, I forgot you were here. You're so quiet sometimes.
Yeah, that's life.
Hey, if you can make it next week, it's Jimmy's last day in person.
Am I?
Say goodbye.
Bye.
If you can make it in person, it's Jimmy's last week in person. So that's what I was saying. If you can make it next week.
It's either confusion or shade. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, y'all.
I love that perfect sticker now.
It's great. That's so great.
Bye-bye.
Drew
Bye.
says good night.
Bye, Drew.
Bye.
Sorry.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Thanks
Thanks for running.
for running.
So how are we gonna destroy Manderville now? Do we have more information? I
Yeah,
vote
except for
sabotage the
Buffer.
construction site.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna accept a job offer?
No way.
You can't on principle. Or become a mole.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think you're gonna go undercover and like sabotage your ship.
Yeah. Then I can't go on an adventure.
Yeah, the Hildebrand quests are some of the funniest shit.
Absolutely. They're 10 out of 10.
They use the Hildebrand quest to practice new facial animations and emotes that eventually get added into the game.
I did not know
Well,
that.
they use it as like.
I also feel like they're kind of like a palate cleanser from the seriousness